what you promised to, and I'm so grateful for your love. And all my eyes have seen the wonders of your mystery received. I've tasted what it means. Now nothing else is good enough for me. You're all I need. You're all I need. You're all I need. You're all I need. Oh, I need you. Yeah, I need you. Oh, I need you now. Now I owe it all to you, giving my heart to you, freedom becoming true. Nobody else like you. Do what you promised to, and I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for your love. I'm so grateful, grateful, grateful. I'm so grateful. I need you in my life. Grateful, grateful,
What's up, everybody? We are live on a Tuesday night. We're back with the podcast in the building, in the Lion's Den right now. And everybody, if you're joining us, please share this video, like the video, put a comment in, let us know where you're watching from. We're going to get into all the chaos that's going on right now. You know, it feels like this country is trying to be ripped apart, but we know what it really is. You're here, you're with us, you're watching Young Lion TV. Let's go.
young lion, everywhere I look, they're dying. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Young lion, everywhere I look, they're dying. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Young lion, won't you get up and start fighting? Everywhere I look, they're hiding. Young lion.
Yes, sir. Young Lion TV is 100% live. And we are in the Lion's Den. We're here with the podcast, Young Lion Podcast, that we do every Tuesday night live, where we can take comments and questions from the audience, and also we can talk about what's been going on in the world. This is something that we've been doing since we became, more forward-thinking adults and men that have been really trying to seek out knowledge and information and better ourselves as men. We've had these conversations with each other where we kind of talk about topics and things that weren't really touched on a lot. I feel like the zeitgeist has changed and culture has changed in a lot of ways where people are having more conversations. You know, a lot of it has to do with YouTube monetization, but we still feel that it's important to have these conversations and to show them and highlight them so that there is, not only a database there of an example of men that can have real conversations and talk about real topics, but also, this is stuff that, like, I believe we'll be able to have an archive of things that we talked about that we can use AI to, like, find and search the clips from our videos that we can even show our kids, like, oh yeah, we talked about this, and show them the conversation. And I'm looking forward to that when the technology gets there. It's almost there. So, if this is something that you want to support and get behind, and you appreciate the deeper conversations in life, especially men that are trying to show the younger generation the better example of men to look up to instead of the trash that we've been fed our entire lives, you can support our podcast by going over to our Patreon. The link is in the description, and support what we do. Sign up, become a member over there. We greatly appreciate all of our Patreon members. You guys are the reason why we are able to keep this going every week. We've been doing it for years now, and we don't have a huge following, but we have very loyal and supportive people that love us and enjoy the conversation. So we're going to keep it going. And also we have the Cash App link if you want to donate over there and support what we do. And the merch link is there if you want to get the hoodies and t-shirts. Had to get that out of the way. And now without further ado, in the building with me this evening, we have the most confusing man in the podcast land. The half black, half Indian with the Spanish last name, Mr. James Garcia is with us today.
That's right.
Welcome back.
A true melting pot.
That's right, man.
Of
That's
the
right.
South Americans.
Yeah, we actually I put up that clip of us talking about Umar Johnson in Trinidad, and people in the comments is fighting, boy.
What they say?
You know, just people that. Some people that agree, some people that don't agree. You know, the Indians are mad at the blacks are mad at the Indians. It's a whole mess. It's interesting. You gotta check it out. You know, and then people saying that we just making stuff up. You know the usual.
I saw the original video of him with that conversation. And
Yeah.
the comments are a lot of people from the islands.
Yeah.
Just trashing him like, you don't know what
You
you're
don't
talking
know what
about.
you're talking about. Exactly. Which is what we were saying. You know, basically the same thing. Like he doesn't know what he's talking about. Right. But yeah, that's a good video to go check out. It's been getting a lot of views on our YouTube channel. Shout out to people watching on YouTube. But then we got the coolest Asian. He's the coolest Asian in the podcast land as well. Mr. Simone Chang in the building.
What's up?
He's here.
How are you guys doing?
He's here with his Timberlands on, taking it
Timbo,
back,
baby.
taking it back to 2002.
The snow.
2002, baby.
Look like he just took it out the box.
Those ain't no snow Tims. We know what snow Tims look like.
Well, I didn't use these to
Exactly.
shovel it,
That's
but
what
I
I'm
wear
saying.
them because of
The snow. Better grips. Yeah. Okay.
grapes.
And we gotta keep it moving. We have the baddest boomer.
I like that.
The baddest boomer in the building.
I like
She
that.
has been holding down our production for a while now. We appreciate her. We love her. Switching cameras, switching, all that stuff, pushing buttons over there. Miss Angelique Lopez is there.
She was just telling us stories about, somebody thinking that she was a bad boomer.
Oh yeah, he was
a baddie.
He
She
was
was a baddie boomer.
he was more of the great generation, right? Or no, he was boomer generation.
He's boomer.
Yeah,
Still
80s is still boomer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Darn.
she had some. What? Why
She's
you
on
say?
the tail end of that.
Why you say
No.
darn?
Because, man, 10 years from now, I'll be 80.
Yeah, exactly. So he's kind of in your age range. I know
So
you
she's
don't.
in the tail end of the boomer, right? 60s.
I think boomer. She was born in 50s, so I think the boomers go into the 60s. Yeah.
I'll be 70 in a
So
few
Ian
months.
is a boomer?
Who?
Ian was born in the 60s.
69.
60. Well, that's the end
Yeah,
of
he's
the 60s.
probably-
He's probably Gen X.
Gen X.
That's
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
beginning, probably
Man,
the
that was-
beginning of
I'd
Gen
have
X.
called him right now.
You call him a boomer? He might be. He might be. Matter of fact, let's
We
look
can,
it
yeah,
up.
we can find it. Hold up. Who are you?
Oh, and I am the one navigating the waters, the AK, the light skinned guy with the beard that everyone thinks they know me or I look like someone they know, and my name is
But
Jamie
he does,
Evans.
though. He looks like everybody you
He
know.
does. He really does.
He doesn't think so, but
He's
it's
like,
like,
you know that guy. You know that.
we would be doing gigs somewhere in like Oklahoma or something, and we would go to a bar, and this happened. I think a handful of times where I've seen advertisement
Right.
of a guy. I'm like, yo, that dude look like Jamie.
Yeah.
well, I'll tell you what it is for me. I don't think he necessarily looks like his phenotype. I think his look, like, because when he had the goatee and the really short hair,
Yeah.
it was like nah.
Nah.
But he grew his hair out and he grew the beard, and you've had the beard for what, at least 10 years now,
Way longer than that.
Yeah.
right? But when you didn't have the beard, you didn't get it that much.
Yeah.
Like when you had the
Well,
goatee.
no, I did still.
Did you
But-
really?
But with different people.
Yeah,
Not with
it
white
would be a
guys.
different.
No, it was what I used to get Justin Timberlake.
Oh, wow.
I used to get Nick Lachey.
yeah, I could see
I used to
Justin
get,
Timberlake.
bro, when my hair was short. When my hair was short, I got Justin Timberlake all the time.
Yeah, that.
Right.
All the time, bro. Like, it was
not
annoying.
Nick Lachey.
It was
I could
annoying.
see
Nick
Justin
Lachey. When
But all those guys, they're kind of like white guys with rhythm.
right. Swaggy white guys.
You went from swaggy white guy to like the Conor
to
McGregor.
Conor McGregor.
Tough. Like
I mean,
guys.
he's a swaggy white guy, though.
He is, but I'm
is.
saying like he has like the beard.
Yeah. It's just swaggy white guys with beards.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Or like racially ambiguous guys. Because I
Right.
get Steph Curry, I get Blake Griffin, I get
Blake Griffin is the closest.
Yeah, Blake Griffin. I used to get, but that was also without a beard because
Yeah.
he didn't have a beard.
No, he didn't
when
have
I
a
didn't
beard.
have a beard, I got Blake Griffin all the time.
Yeah.
When I grew
Because
the
y'all
beard,
had the same type of hair.
same haircut. Yeah.
He to me, you look more like Blake than Jake.
Yeah.
Like if I saw you and you said, I won't say brothers, but I was cousins, I'd be like, yeah, them
Right.
related.
You would think. Yeah. People don't think me and Jake are related.
You gotta
ever.
know the family.
You gotta know.
Yeah.
Yeah. They definitely don't look alike.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Jordan's in the comments laughing. He says, "Swaggy whites."
That's who it is. That's
Yeah,
because they don't confuse him with like.
Yeah, I never get only Steph Curry, like really light skinned black dudes. I get a lot.
Yeah,
I used
like-
to when I was young. People used
Yeah.
to call me Sinbad
And I had just had an argument.
because it's
Sinbad-
it's a
Yeah,
light
and he's
skinned guy
light-skinned.
with red hair.
And he has red
it's a
hair,
light skinned
yes,
guy with red
yes.
hair. So I used to get that too.
Not a lot of black light skinned guys with red hair. Though.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what bothered me a lot was when people would say to me, "You sure those from the same father?"
Oh yeah, they used to get on my mom.
Oh, you're mad.
Shout out to Papa Jeff. He said, "Hey guys, good to see you out tonight."
What's
yeah,
up, Pop?
I mean,
Yeah.
listen, I'm so used to it now that like when people approach me like they know me,
Yeah.
I just pretend.
Yeah.
because I don't even want to like
Yeah.
do the whole awkward like, nah, I'm not who you think I am.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that's just people. We see somebody
Yeah.
famous, you kind of look like them,
Right.
You know, dude. I used to get Tiger Woods. I used to get Wayne Brady.
Yeah.
Like,
Somebody-
I look.
No,
Somebody
Brian Dawkins.
thought you
Brian
were
Dawkins.
Brian
though.
Brian Dawkins.
Yeah.
Now
I can see Brian
that
Yeah.
Dawkins.
Now that. Yeah.
Definitely that.
But Wayne Brady,
Yeah. That's crazy.
and it's not even I'm insulted because I think he's corny because I don't think he's corny.
Yeah.
But we're not even the same skin tone.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, nothing about you has
Nothing.
the same look as him. But for me, it's not only just the celebrity comparisons. It's always someone thinks they know me. They think I'm some other guy that they met that looks like me. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like I get that all the time. Like, oh, I remember you from such and such, and I just be like, yeah, because I don't want to get into
Faking
that.
it.
Nah, that wasn't me, man. Like that wasn't me. Like
Right.
people always swear they know me from somewhere.
And
Just
it's so funny because since you changed so much since you were in school,
Yeah.
that the people that were in school with you don't recognize.
yeah, they never people that I went to elementary school. They don't even recognize me. when they
You
see
looked
me.
up, bro.
Yeah,
You don't look the same when you were in 10th grade.
yeah, true. Yeah, it wasn't until the growth spurt.
Senior year.
Yeah,
I know. That's
I tell the
crazy.
story all the time about like we went to Disney World for a senior trip, and then I was like, yo, you are tall as heck. What the hell happened?
because he was used to me being shorter than him.
Right.
Yeah,
He was just lanky.
yeah,
Tall and lanky. I was like,
I was
oh.
super skinny, man. Sheesh. I saw old pictures of when we went to
You
Florida.
and Jake were real skinny.
Yeah, real skinny. But anyway, moving on.
Anyway.
I appreciate y'all coming out in this weather, man. We just got hit with a huge blizzard this weekend.
Yeah.
The craziest I remember in a long time.
Yeah, this is probably like the worst since '96, right?
I knew it was going to be a snowy January and not February yet, but winter because we haven't had snow in December in years.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking about South Jersey.
Yeah.
Like we had two like a little heavier than a dusting. But
Yeah.
We've when was the last time we had like
That's
anything?
true.
Yeah,
White
true.
for
Last
Christmas,
year was
yeah.
like a dusting.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
And I was
When I
like,
used to-
this doesn't look good.
When I used to work in Atlantic City, 1996 storm,
Oh yeah, I remember
we
that.
used to all ride in a van. And guess who was the one that had to drive the van to Atlantic City?
You did?
Nobody else wanted to drive, so I drove it. And once we got there, it took us like 3 hours to get there. Once we got there, they sent us home.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
I was so upset.
This is how bad people wanted to gamble.
No, we worked there. We didn't gamble.
No, I'm saying you
The
have to
people
be
you
there.
have to be there for the gamblers.
For the
Yeah,
gamblers.
but they let us go home. I was in shock.
Anybody by the pool at
Yeah.
the time.
No.
I had guts. This boomer had guts even
Yeah.
back then.
You've always been well, I don't know, driving now you don't like driving nowhere. So I don't know where them
I
guts
drive.
came from.
I should build space.
You don't ever want to drive there,
She was
especially
like,
if it's
Jamie's
somewhere.
sending all the toys to Africa. I got to get to work.
Yeah, breaking down the washing machine. Totally clogged the washing machine.
Yeah, it was definitely, it is what it is.
I mean, it's so different being an adult with responsibilities during a snowstorm.
Yeah.
Because I was
That's-
thinking about the '96 snowstorm, how much we loved it. We built a ice fort in the front yard, and like we were having snowball fights with the neighbors, and we having days off from school. We're playing hockey on the ice.
That was like 36 inches too, right?
It was
That's a
like
big one.
3 feet of snow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was way worse than this.
Yeah,
Oh,
way
absolutely.
worse.
It was the biggest storm I've ever seen. in my
Yeah.
life.
I think what made this bad was it had snowed, but then it was hours and hours of sleet.
Yeah.
Because I heard it
Yep.
on my
I heard
window.
it.
Yeah.
And you couldn't do anything because
Yeah.
if you go out there and clean, you got to come right back.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
So,
And then that made it like, but that's what I mean. Like, and then at that age, at 96, I wasn't doing no shoveling. I was, you know what I mean? Like, so I didn't have to, I never experienced that side of the snowstorm.
Right. Yeah.
And when you're an adult, all you're thinking about is like, man, I got to shovel this whole
Clean the
driveway,
cars
clean
off.
the cars off,
Yep.
get up early, make sure she could get to work on time, the wife. So I had to get out there, dig her out from the plows that plow you into your driveway, and that's thick and
It's a process,
slushy.
yeah.
And then had to go do my mom and help other people get out.
That's when the ladies don't want equal rights.
Yeah, listen, that's when they are feminine. All that feminism goes away.
Right?
Listen, I always did stuff like that, but now with my back like that, I just can't do it like before.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't, and that's why, women are not meant to be living alone by themselves, especially at your age. But
I'm not living alone.
I'm not saying you are. I'm saying that's why women are not meant to be. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, if she had a husband, he'd be old too. He can't do nothing.
He would probably
He
be
could,
older
he
than
could
me.
shovel. He could shovel a little. I saw all old dudes out there shoveling, or he would probably buy a snowblower. Right?
That's true.
Yeah, but you have a son living there that could have shoveled you out.
So to speak. We just said he's gonna keep that cast on until 2050. You right, right with it? It's the wrong
But
foot.
my
He's
cast.
like, hey, this one. Oh, sorry.
Come on, I hope he's not listening.
He doesn't watch our podcast.
We're boring to him.
Yeah,
He's like, I heard everything you said.
yeah. He's too busy on the Oculus playing Gorilla Tag.
Knocking plans over.
Shout out to Uncle Denny. How you doing, Uncle Denny?
What's up, Uncle Denny? But yeah, that like going through that and dealing with all this snow and it's like I hate it now. I texted y'all after I got done that day.
He was venting a little bit.
I was like, I don't ever want to see snow again, man. Like,
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
God.
did you guys hear?
well, it's supposed to be a little bit.
Well,
Possibility.
now it's not.
Yeah.
Saturday shows nothing.
It's not gonna be as crazy as this, but
No,
if
Saturday.
it does hit us,
Saturday says nothing, but Sunday a little bit.
Yeah, Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday might be a little dusting, but
The snow itself isn't bad. It's really the aftermath.
yes. That's the whole thing. That's the part that I hate. And you got to deal with it, or else you be stuck. And then think about the people that didn't deal with it yesterday, and then today it's even
It's
more
icy.
because of how
the
cold it was.
And the sheet is
Yeah,
a sheet from
yeah.
the sheet. So
Yeah, it's crazy.
that's why I made sure I put all the cars in the driveway.
yep.
The only thing I had to deal that was annoying was that ice wall
Yeah.
that the plow trucks left.
You know how happy I was when I saw Kyle with the snowblower at my house. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, thankfully he knows how to work on all that stuff.
He does.
Yeah,
He's handy.
yeah, man.
Uncle
my
Denny
guy,
said he's
bro.
doing good, still healing. We're praying for you.
Yes,
What's
sir.
wrong with him?
Yeah.
What happened?
Dealing with some health stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hang in there, broski.
yeah. So I kind of felt like we were living in Alaska the last couple of days, but
Yeah, man. And I shared a picture of you guys from last week what Russia's dealing with.
yes, that was
That is
crazy.
crazy. I thought it was like AI.
No,
Bro.
that's real.
That is insane.
146 years. Broke the record.
That was like that gave perspective right
Yeah.
there.
what
Like,
do you mean? What happened?
here, I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
What
The
Pull it up.
city's like covered.
what Russia is
Yeah,
dealing
they're
with.
still
They got
dealing
like
with it.
seven feet.
Oh my
At
God.
16 feet in certain places.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding
16
me?
feet, yeah.
Wow.
Here you go, Mom.
How?
Pull this up.
people are skiing off buildings. I was like,
Look at this. Look at this. Look at that building. Look at this. Imagine commuting through that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You would think that's AI, right?
yeah, it looked like it, but it was real.
Look at the highway. Bruh, how does that even make sense? Who's cleaning that? Like,
They had trucks that have these ice melters in them where you could just pour it in there.
Yeah.
But you just can't release the water because then that's going to turn to ice. So it's just a way because you can't with all the like Canada has it too, where they kind of like center lane. The plows are designed to kind of like put it in a mound, and then another truck comes along, and then they mix it, push it into a carrier. But where they're going to dump it?
Yeah.
So now they came up with these trucks that have like melters but it's like liquid. They got to take it away and put it somewhere.
Yeah.
It's going to freeze
Yeah.
the giant skating rink.
next they're gonna have to boil it so it evaporates or something.
Right?
Like figure out something.
Yeah.
What do you do with all of that?
I
man?
saw-
People are surviving though.
Yeah.
I saw a video of Canada got it down with that.
Yeah.
I'm complaining
Yeah.
about the ice wall.
Yeah.
They got it down.
They got a truck that
Yep.
that after the plows come, they come and clean off the people's
Yeah.
driveway so they don't
Yeah.
block them
Yeah.
in.
It's like a giant snowblower that blows the
Yep.
snow into
Yeah.
another truck. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
dump
what I
truck.
like about them is, and their system is, the people understand that this is to help, so they don't park their car. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like there's a lack of cooperation with sometimes with people.
Yeah.
Where they just do whatever they want
Yeah.
and deal with
Especially
it.
in the city.
Oh man, it's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's like this is why
Well,
it's
there's
so
nowhere
hard.
to go.
Yeah.
I lived in the city. When it
You
snowed,
have- there's nowhere to
No
park.
choice. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
That's why it's such a big thing. Like it's an unspoken rule. When you plow yourself out, you put your lawn chair.
Yeah.
And the neighbors know what.
But you're not
color
supposed to
your-
do that though.
You're not supposed to do that. But,
But
if
everybody
you do,
respects it because
You worked so hard.
you
to
worked
do it.
hard
Yeah.
to dig
That
that
has
out.
led to people dying.
Yeah, I know.
For doing that.
Yeah.
But I feel like part of the reason, things like that does become so contentious is I think the city, when it snows like that, the city should allow people to park in like those parking, to clear the streets at least.
Right.
Give people the option to be like, hey, move your car here.
Right.
So we can clear the street. Because the one guy was saying, he said, we can't really do our job because
Yeah.
look at the streets.
Yeah, I saw a video of one plow guy talking crap when he was plowing. He was
Plowing
in
people
Philly.
in.
You saw that? He was plowing people in. And he's like, "Yeah, y'all ain't going nowhere." And then some lady, he's driving by some lady. It's like, "You asshole!" He's like, "Go inside."
And it's
He's
so,
like piling them cars in.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
But then
So-
where could he put it?
Yeah.
but it's so funny because we were talking, my neighbor and I. We said, why don't we tell our neighbors to park both of their cars in the driveway, and then that way the truck can just come and
Closer.
But
Yeah.
John couldn't move his car.
Yeah. You got two cars
That's-
sitting there.
His car's like that. His car is like that.
Yeah, his
move
car
it.
has a broken foot too.
Oh, I forgot he does have the.
Yeah.
got the
so
Hyundai
the other
there.
car can't.
Yeah.
He can't move. Because I said, John, you said you moved your car like real quick.
Yeah.
Move it into my neighbor's driveway.
And
She
they don't
said
want to take
do
the
that.
chance because then if your car gets damaged in the city or
Yeah.
the township has to pay
Yeah.
for it. So
Yeah.
they just come.
They come and block you in.
Because it's really a 2-lane that they make it to one.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But, I hope we don't get another storm like that before the
For
end
a
of the
little
winter.
bit.
I'm
Let's
ready.
hope.
Man, I can't wait. We going to Florida in a couple weeks. I can't wait.
We got 2 more months to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because by March it's done. So,
Yeah. It should be.
Yeah,
Sometimes we get one snowstorm in March. We've had that before.
yeah, we've had it.
Hey, it depends on what's his name? Punxsutawney Phil said.
Tony!
Yeah, Jamie, at least you're gonna get a little break to go to Florida.
Yeah, only for like 2 days.
Yeah.
But whatever. When is Groundhog Day? That's coming up, right?
Isn't it?
February.
It's February, right?
February.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Late
Yeah.
February.
No.
Is it?
No. It's usually early
I'm
February.
making stuff up.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's around March 10th.
Eric Cross said, "Good evening, gents."
What's up, Eric? Hope you're holding
up,
up.
bro?
It's February 2nd.
Oh wow, that's next.
Yeah.
That's next week.
That's what I said. It's coming up.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, let us know spring is coming, buddy.
Yeah. We totally believe that the groundhog
we believe in
knows.
that lore.
It's such a weird thing.
Isn't that so strange?
Yeah.
They wear their they wear their weird suits, and don't they wear like top hats or something? The
Yeah.
mayor.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's such a weird thing. But great movie. Groundhog
Oh,
Day.
Groundhog Days. I love that.
It's
movie.
one of the best
Yeah.
written movies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A jerk gets
Yeah.
to relive the same day over and over again. He
Yeah.
try to right. He gets an opportunity to right his wrongs.
Yeah. And he becomes a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Groundhog Day is a good one.
It is. Please don't remake that.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
right?
they gonna do it.
So speaking of remakes, we had another situation happen in Minnesota. We got to talk about that because it's getting crazy over there, man. Like the things that are coming out with the government, the leadership, it seems like there is a complete coordinated, almost like military setup kind of system in place for them to openly create some kind of civil strife situation starting in Minnesota. It seems deliberate, because people are showing how all through 2020 through 2024, there was no protests. There was no riots.
I never even heard of that place.
Yeah.
Aside from Prince, you know what I mean?
Well, George Floyd was there too.
George Floyd, yeah.
Which is not by coincidence.
Yeah.
And there's something there's something going on with that state. That state has been blue forever. It's the only state, if you look back through voting records for decades and decades, even probably to the early 1900s, it's always been blue. And there's and there's something with that Minnesota is heavily Democratic. Then we're finding out about all this fraud. We're looking at what's been going on there, what they're setting up there. All of these protests end up happening there, and it seems like there's these coordinated, almost like I said, almost designed operations being set up there and maybe based out of there that are then also being set up in Portland and Seattle and these other places. But Minnesota
seems I've been hearing people talking about, what are they calling it? Signal Gate.
Yeah.
Where
that came out. A journalist infiltrated a signal chat that showed all of their coordination. This is a group where they've been looking up, they've been tracking license plates, they've been dispatching information to each other, medical aid, money, weapons, all kind of stuff. They're coordinating through the Signal app, and there's there's an attorney general in there. There's government officials in there from Minnesota.
Because the only way that they would get that type of information is from the inside,
right? So it's a huge thing that's coming out of there.
And if there was true journalism, if it was truly journalists were allowed or free to really practice the art form, we would know this.
Yeah.
But because it's censored,
they're not going to talk about that.
Legacy media, you can't, even the independent. Because I'm seeing, from what I see now, I'm seeing guys. They're not labeled as journalists. I guess they don't go to school for it. They're doing actually better reporting than actual news journalists.
They're independent journalists that are on the ground filming this stuff and finding out what's happening. People
and
like Nick
putting
Sorter.
correlation and time stamped with events.
Right.
And like you said, pointing out license plate, pointing out there's one guy that took the time to point out this one woman. She's Indian, and she's leading these random pop-up rallies or sort of anti. I don't really know much about. I can't remember the details of it, but basically he placed her in every major.
Yeah, you're talking about Nate Friedman.
Yes.
Yeah, he does all of that research.
And without him doing that,
Yeah.
you don't have the time to be like, what's that lady? But he placed her. He did the research to place her. He's like, here she is at this time on
Yeah.
this date in this state.
Yeah.
Here she's again over here. Here she's there.
Right.
Here and he took the time to do this. And I'm like, how did this man, who is just a a YouTube social media guy have that awareness.
You have to care about it.
No, he does. I'm saying, but this is to tell you.
That's what I'm saying.
The journalists don't care.
Journalists don't care.
Well, quote unquote legacy media journalists.
Legacy media.
Yeah.
And they're worried about their career because you can't. There's certain things you can't bring to to the corporate media because they're gonna kill that.
Yeah.
They're not gonna let you do that.
Right.
You know, and he's kind of by himself. He's one video I saw of him. He's out there. It's just him.
Yeah.
He's not.
And he confronts those people a lot of times. And he asks them like, well, who's paying for you? Why? How can you afford to be all across the state at all these different protests? How can you? And they, of course, they always back down and run away and don't talk to him, know.
Is that the same lady that was telling them people what to do? They were protesting.
That was the same.
What to wear?
That was the same guy, but the lady he's talking about.
there was another lady.
The lady that he's talking about is not the same lady. It's
I could be wrong about that, but it was an Indian lady.
She's talking about an old white lady.
Yeah,
we showed her last week.
Okay.
He does these exposés on tons of people that are being paid. They're like
Millions
this is
of
their
dollars.
job. To go around and organize these things and a lot of these people come from Craigslist ads and stuff like that. And this guy Nate Friedman, he's been exposing it for well over a few years now, and it's like he's doing real independent journalism. Yeah, he does a great job.
And without that, really, how would people know that there is a corroborated effort by you couldn't put it all together by casually watching the news, which is why I do have a little bit of grace for the older people in the sense of they have been programmed to believe that this is a professional, whether it's Fox, MSNBC, whatever, CBS. We've been programmed to believe that this is official news, and that is more like guys on the fringe.
That's like what do they call it? Vigilante stuff.
Yeah. So they can't. To them, even if you come to them with this information, and say, "Hey, listen, here's a young man or a young woman who have put this together," it doesn't feel real because it's not an anchor person. It's not like that's Lester Holt. That's Diane Sawyer. We're used to this.
But what's funny is even on the news when they do those exposés, it's like the anchor sets up the story, but who's the one that does it? The guy the investigative journalist that was out on the scene. So they'll accept it more because it comes through the talking head
that channel.
We're gonna go live to so and so, and he's
usually the ones that are
they're
just reading. They don't know anything about
But
I mean, it's the same thing about Nick Shirley, right?
Yeah, Nick Shirley,
the guy who exposed the young 22, 23-year-old.
22, yeah.
And I'm watching him expose, and all he did was go to these daycare centers and knock on the door and ask questions. I watched after he already had went viral. I watched like a local news. They say that they, are investigating. We're going to do some investigating.
Yeah.
All she did was call them.
Yeah.
Hi, are you so-and-so daycare center? Yes. And that's all they showed. I'm like, that's your investigating.
Right. No, she goes, I know exactly what story you're talking about because she goes, we called 3 of the daycare centers that Nick Shirley claims to have investigated, and 2 of them didn't answer. But the one that did, and then she calls them and shows it. We asked them, are you a legitimate business? And they told us they were.
Yes.
Great investigation.
Yeah.
Thank God you got to the bottom of that.
And the smugness is like we're so much better than this little kid. He doesn't know what he's doing.
We investigated ourselves.
This dude, he testified in front of Congress what he found.
Yeah.
And you think that he's a joke. You guys are a joke.
Yeah.
You need to do better.
Exactly.
You need to do better.
But that's why they're dying. That's why these are dying mediums. Like, and sad to say, and Mom, I don't, I know you're not part of this, but when the boomers are gone, those things are gone, bro. Like
nobody believes it anymore.
No one's gonna watch that.
I don't think people are watching it now.
I never watch it.
Only them.
Yeah.
Only them.
Yeah, they're glued into it.
Only them.
Sir, are you robbing this car with a Jimmy lock in this thing? No, I'm not. He's not robbing it.
He says he's not robbing it, guys.
Back
you gotta believe him.
We investigated, and the robber told us he wasn't robbing it. Case closed. Like that's literally what they
They're
did.
upset because I think
they're being upstaged.
They've been upstaged, but I think part of it is this. I think what a lot of people don't understand is these people in that field they're career driven.
Yeah.
So they're motivated by money and status. So actual news, actual reporting doesn't get you anywhere. You get slapped on the wrist for that. So you might as well play ball. And if you want to live this awesome life in the city and be a journalist and get to the nightly spot, you have to play ball.
And it's a a case of, oh, I went to this
Such and such
prestige
school, yeah.
school,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody like Tim Pool who
Yeah.
didn't even graduate high school,
Yeah.
is
Right.
killing it.
Yeah.
Or Joe Rogan, who's a bro,
Yeah.
is
they
killing
hate
it,
him.
and they're on their snooty high horse.
Yeah, I saw some quote unquote journalists going in on Matt Walsh talking about, a guy that didn't even graduate from college. But it's like, yo, but that dude created documentaries that far surpass. He did more investigative journalism than you have ever done with your degrees.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he has amassed more wealth in his life than you do with your degrees without the debt. So what kind of point are you making here? And how many did Elon Musk graduate college? Did Mark
Right.
Zuckerberg graduate college? Did Steve Jobs? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
what the elitism of these journalists is so annoying. And speaking of Joe Rogan, did you guys see how the news got caught again manipulating photos? Remember how they manipulated Joe Rogan's photo during
made him
COVID? You could pull this up, Mom, real quick, just to show the example of
dude
what
that
they
just
do.
got,
Yeah, so Pretti, same situation. So again, the original video that Joe Rogan posted is on the bottom, but you can see at the top when CNN posted it, they made him look gray because he was talking about how he had took certain advice from his doctors about taking ivermectin and monoclonal antibodies, all the stuff that they were told not to do. So then when CNN told the story, they had to make him look sicker, so they changed his color. So now let's go to the unfortunate man who they are deeming as the ICU nurse, which we find out that he was fired from his job. He wasn't an ICU nurse anymore because he had been apparently in some bad activities, got caught in some bad activities. And we found out that the guy just got his ribs broken a week ago.
I heard about that.
From another altercation.
What bad activities though he got fired from?
They didn't say misconduct. You know what I mean? But he, apparently, I saw another story talking about how his family is coming out and saying that like he had been getting radicalized as of lately.
Yeah.
Like they didn't understand what was going on with him. But anyway, so when they reported the story about the ICU nurse who was murdered by ICE agents, but when you see the footage, you realize that the dude was out there agitating, just like they all are, being radicalized. This is what they showed. So they showed this picture, MS Now. This is the real picture of him on the left. Can you guys see that?
Yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah, I've seen it, but
This is the picture on the left.
oh man,
And the picture on the right is the one that they used on the news.
Joe Rogan did.
they doctored
did it
that
the
up and
opposite way.
made him handsome.
Why do you think they did that?
Cause that's
It's a psychological manipulation. There's something called the
It's-
halo effect, right?
it's the same. It's the same thing they did with Renee Good.
Yes.
like the way that she looked when she was that day that she died.
Yeah.
does not look like that same woman that was a pregnant woman who was married to a man and was a family woman.
in that picture where she kind of looks pretty that they keep posting everywhere. I mean, they do it all the time. They do it
Yeah,
with
they've done this.
They
This
did
is
it
a
with Michael
tactic.
Brown. They tried to they used a picture from when he was a kid. They did it with Trayvon Martin, same thing, a picture
Yeah.
when he was young. So they look more innocent. They look, but this guy, this was more manipulative because they photoshopped it.
Yeah.
Like they literally changed the way dude looked.
The guy looked like a doctor.
Yeah. He look on the left. He looks like yeah.
I don't know
it's
about
kind
you,
of strange.
Look like Pee Wee Herman.
But on the right, you're like, oh, that's a handsome doctor there, strapping man.
Doesn't look handsome though.
Like, poor guy was just murdered by ICE, and he's just a handsome ICU nurse. But I mean, this is the manipulative games that we're talking about, the media and why they lose credibility. It's because you can't get away with this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, and they
You
keep
could,
doing
yes,
this.
yes, they could have one time gotten away with it.
Yes.
but it's too hard now.
Yeah.
Which is why they probably want to censor much as social media as possible.
Yep.
I don't like this,
But I bet you they know that this still works on boomers, though.
it will. It will.
It's still unfortunate though, man. You go there with a loaded gun with 2 extra clips, what are you expecting?
And from
then
everything
you
that I've
resist.
heard, well, first of all, resisting. First of all, agitating, resisting.
I don't get that. Why do people feel that approaching and trying to? What do you think you're going to accomplish?
Because these people, a lot of these people are LARPing, man, and they don't understand that this isn't just the George Floyd protest. This isn't BLM protest where you're just engaging with riot police that are trained to like not really engage with you but keep you at bay. You're impeding a federal investigation where riot police have pepper spray, they have the shields, they have batons, and then maybe they have rubber bullets.
They're trained to de-escalate.
to disperse the crowd but not use lethal
Right.
force. You're dealing with guys that are there to arrest some of the most dangerous and vile people that have gotten into this country.
They could be armed and dangerous.
Yeah, so they're there and ready to engage if they have to. So if you're impeding that, that's totally different than engaging with riot police at the George Floyd protest. It's totally different. But these people still think that's what they're doing. In their minds, they think, oh, but when we did it before, they didn't do anything. Oh, but when we did it before, all they did was pepper spray us, or maybe people got shot with rubber bullets and they felt like, oh, okay, well, we got the optics that we needed from that, and then we got our way. But now you're stopping people that are actually trying to arrest people that are there
Federal agents.
under lawful orders. They're in the middle of their investigation and you're impeding it.
Dude, they're made to believe, though. I'm talking about, these radicalized people. Because that's a tactic that they use. And I'm going to give you an example. Like, my son, yesterday, I picked him up from his cousins, and we had a good conversation about what's going on. Actually, because, my mom is kind of scared about all this that's going on. And I kind of explained to him, the situation is like that they're pumping fear.
Yeah.
Yeye don't have anything to worry about because she's a permanent resident.
Yeah.
She don't commit crimes.
Yeah.
And she's legally here.
Right.
But they make people believe that they're just out getting any immigrant.
They talk about they're disappearing people, they're kidnapping people, they're
Yeah.
using language that strikes fear in the hearts of regular
So there
people.
is that fear in
Yeah.
these communities and these, and I'm going to say it like these white liberals, they really believe that that's what these bad people are doing.
Yeah.
And they feel that hero complex to try to save.
But
these
why do
people.
they really feel that that's what's happening? Because they're being totally manipulated by the media, by
leaders like Tim Walz, the mayor.
I was going to say the Democratic establishment elites that have been calling Trump a Nazi for over 10 years, calling the ICE a Gestapo, like using phraseology like that is what creates the environment that they're creating.
And the
now.
police now, the police chief.
Yeah, the Philly police chief, not the sheriff.
Philly,
the sheriff, yeah.
No, I'm talking about the Minnesota.
Oh,
He just spoke the way that he was speaking was like, dude, come on, man.
Well, part of it too is, like you said, a lot of people don't spend time actually educating themselves. They're just reacting. Because if you go back, this actually started in the 90s under the Clinton regime. It wasn't called ICE then, but there was an effort to corral massive undocumented immigrants. And on the different political parties, they changed the name. But then it got revived in early 2000s with Bush.
Yeah, it became ICE under Bush.
Yeah. And then with Obama, it was the same thing.
Tom Homan got an award.
He got an award. I have it right here.
Yeah.
Hang on here.
Yeah, no, we showed it last week.
Okay,
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So it's like, the struggle for me is a lot of times when you're having this conversation, people are they put on the blinders and they don't want to see or hear anything that dissuades them from whatever ideology they're stuck onto right now. So when you say no, this is not new. This is not necessarily Trump changing things and being a tyrannical government. This has always been in existence.
This has been the same. Even the way ICE is operating now, with going into these, they were doing that under Obama.
They were doing that under Obama. And you see, that's the struggle because sometimes even me, I get frustrated. I feel like it's a wasted conversation.
Yeah.
So it is hard. It is very difficult because when you start having this conversation, you're in front of a person who you all of a sudden become, they lock in on you.
Yeah.
You're their enemy.
Yeah.
And you're like, no. I'm not. I'm just trying to show you that this is what you're complaining about that you thought happened yesterday has been going on for a while.
Yeah, and it's
And
not.
they don't want to hear that.
And it's not just Trump. It's not. You're being led to believe something that's not really true.
And
Right.
you know what's weird? I never watch the news, right? Mm-hmm. I go to my aunt's house. She has the news on the whole day. Mm-hmm. I'm listening to this stuff and I'm saying, Titi, they're lying.
Yeah.
They're lying. Because I don't listen to it. So when I listen, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They're lying.
All they do is lie.
That's hard, but because you're talking. Usually, these kind of conversations, it's not with strangers.
Yeah.
It's with family,
Yep.
or with friends, because you don't care really what strangers think. It's usually coworkers, your family. So it's people that you're close to, and then this contention begins. And so that's really the whole purpose of it, is to cause division.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. You know what I mean?
But she loves Trump. But then she listens to that and she'll say, Angie, but look, he's raising the food prices. Look, the Medicare. And I'm like, Titi, they're lying about that. He's not doing these things.
They're just making stuff up. I mean, and then they'll blatantly, like, pull this up, Mom. This picture was going viral for a long time. Everyone was sharing it. It was played on news sources to make it look like a screenshot of when he got shot. Look at you can see the situation there where he looks like he's being shot in the back. Can you see that?
Yeah.
But then people realize, like, okay, this dude has no head. It's an AI image. It's an AI image.
Wow.
But people are
But
sharing
you're
this.
locked into it.
You're locked into it.
Yeah, you already did
and
it.
people are already sharing it like, this is what they're doing. This proves it, and it's AI.
Man.
It's AI. And people are sharing it around. Journalists have shared it. It's insane, man.
Maybe that's what people are struggling with, is the idea of why would they do that. So when people see something, they have a gut reaction, they stick with that.
Yeah.
Because you ever seen these things, they've done tests before that where there's an actual scenario, something happens at random, and they've done this in tests where something happens at random, whether it's an accident, a robbery, something, and they stop it and then they ask everybody, what did you see? And everybody has a different version
Right.
of what they saw.
Right.
And then it takes a while for details, because they're like, I did see that. And it's a guy with a red shirt.
Yeah.
It's a guy with a pink shirt. And it's stories enveloped. So these images are part of that, is to trick you into believing, whoa. And so now you're locked into, he got executed.
Yep.
That's what you're focusing on.
And then what it does is it continues to muddy the waters of what's real, what's fake.
Which they would put out because they already know
Absolutely.
that's what human beings are going to do.
Who are the ones that would be the first ones to drop that fake image? It's the ones that want the confusion, they want the division, because they know, okay, if we put this out there, this is going to rile some people up, and it'll get them to believe that they're right about this, without any facts, without any information.
AI is causing a lot of division. The people posting all these things. And
Right.
It's all AI.
Would this be considered AI or just editing?
No, that was AI.
That was AI.
That picture was completely AI. The one with him looking more handsome, they used AI to edit him and make him look better.
Right.
They said make him look more handsome.
Yeah.
Uncle Denny said Pretti, is that how you say his name? Pretti and Good. Pretti and Good were both on the direct contact list of that Signal organization.
Yep.
Yeah. And Jordan said Democrats are throwing these people, quote unquote, observers into the fire like human sacrifices, using them to intentionally provoke intense/violent reactions from ICE so they can vilify the Trump administration. They're getting people hurt and killed. And as long as it benefits them, they'll keep encouraging it.
Absolutely.
That's true.
That's exactly what they're doing, and they're only doing it because they have to stop Trump. He's
Right.
I think a lot of it has to do with, just not letting him get any wins, but it's also because there's all these investigations now going on in Minnesota.
Yeah.
There's all of this fraud that's being uncovered. Like look what happened when he went after USAID with him and Elon. Look how they freaked out. And then we start finding out that they're funneling money through this NGO to all all of these other.
And there was a woman, a 45-year-old woman, that was linked to some of this money laundering and fraud. We haven't heard anything about her.
You're talking about in Minnesota.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like the ringleader.
Yeah, it's like this is nothing.
But I heard on one of these journalists posted something about how she is arrested. She's convicted now, but they're trying to give her a deal, and she's going to give up.
But that's what I'm saying. Seems to be a distraction here.
Yeah.
With all this going on, because I haven't heard much about. I heard a clip of that.
Maybe that's the.
I didn't hear much. I saw a clip of some channel I'm following. I saw a clip about it. Meet the person who has been, and she's a 45-year-old white female.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it was the article wasn't very in detail, but this should be a big story.
Yeah.
And it's been muddled under all of this.
You know why? Because she's probably connected to some really high people.
Yeah.
Of course.
And I think they're probably trying to get names from her right now.
Yeah. And you know, another thing too, one of my friends mentioned this to me. He said, whenever you think of radicalism in the United States, you think right wing, right? Because it's set up, it's set up to make you believe it's some radical right wing Southern racist white
supremacist,
guy. You know what I mean?
KKK.
It's never spun where we're looking for radicalism of any sort. So it's never because it's always projected on the right wing side.
Yeah.
You don't think the left wing has any of this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's always, and if they do mention it, it's like a very vague, like the transgender school shooter.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not. They don't go into detail like that.
Yeah.
It's someone with mental issues. It's never,
and it's done.
Yeah.
Get that away from here. But this, I remember specifically during the Obama administration, there was a heightened. Seems like every couple of weeks it would be them doing some sort of investigation on some white supremacist group in the South.
Yep. Yeah, some little faction of neo-Nazis that they uncovered. Yeah,
I have heard none of this about the cities and where these riots are taking place, where
they're coordinating and organizing.
Right, I have heard nothing of this.
Right,
so nothing is happening in cities.
But I think because a lot of the high up officials are part of it.
Yeah,
I think that
they want it to happen.
I think they're involved.
Yeah,
they're actually coordinating some of this stuff, funding it, even like allowing this to go on so that it can create this,
it could be a duality too, where it's like to create civil unrest, but also hide the things that they're doing.
Right. But what do you do? How do you get the distraction to hide what you're doing? You need people out in the streets rioting, people getting shot by ICE. Tim Walz ends up calling Trump today, and then they have a conversation.
Yeah, they had an agreement, right?
Yeah. All of a sudden, Trump gives them
Isn't
an
he
ultimatum.
under investigation too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How convenient.
He calls Trump today, and then they come to make a deal. So
I think Trump agreed to take some of the ICE agents out, some of them, and but I think it's all linked to, because I heard there's what are those called, the lieutenant governor who's a woman is implicated in this signal gate. They're all being investigated. And Walz is probably trying to make a deal right now.
Well, he shouldn't cut no deal if
I have it right here. Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan is one of the admins of the Signal. She's an admin in the Signal chat. This means the state of Minnesota is behind the protest. It's not organic. It's an insurrection at the very top. This lady right here has been identified in the chat as one of the admins, and she's the Lieutenant Governor.
Yeah. You want to burn your city down.
Yeah. It's crazy. I think I have here exactly what Trump said. Let me see if I can find it. So this is from the White House. They tweeted this out earlier. It said, these are the conditions in order to remove. Well, first of all, I think they took out the guy that was in charge of ICE, the guy that was running it. They had him step down, and they're moving Tom Homan into Minnesota.
Okay.
Over this, but he said, one, turn over all incarcerated or active warrant criminal illegal aliens for immediate deportation. 2, transfer all criminal illegal aliens arrested by state and local police. 3, assist federal authorities in detaining criminal illegal aliens wanted for crimes. 4, Democrats must work with the federal government in rapid removal of all criminal illegal aliens. It's that simple. End the chaos. So he's saying if they agree to all those things, this is what's happening in mostly every state.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. Like in like a lot of these red states, You don't hear anything happen, and they're deporting and
In other blue
catching
states, too.
way more.
Yeah.
Even in some blue states
Yeah.
that don't, cause all this issue.
Right. And here's the thing. If you're a politician, you're involved in nefarious criminal illegal activities, you allow massive undocumented immigrants to come in. You use it as a shield
Yeah.
for when you're getting be investigated. You say, okay, here's what I'll do. I'll use this as a leverage.
Yeah.
And then I'll use this to get pardoned or get justice deferred and distract everyone.
Bro,
Or you can.
this is a movie, dude.
You can turn it into white supremacist racism because
That always works.
the block that the people that you're using, that you're bringing in to perpetuate all the fraud is Somalis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you can make it about racism now.
Of course. So it's a tool.
Yeah.
It's a tool because they don't really care. They don't care. And this is the thing, especially with younger liberals, is that they really feel that they care. And it's like, no, these politicians use these situations and these people
Yep.
as leverages. That's just what it is. I mean, look at Eric Adams. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I mean, he got his pardon and he was out of there.
He was out of there.
Yo, did y'all know this? I just found this out because I know somebody who works with that community, the teaching the kids, right? There's one student that is illegal, but I think they turned 18, so they got in touch with this person and said, look, you can go home. We're going to give you I think it's like around $3,000 and pay for your travel to go back home, and you get $3,000, cash or whatever on a card or whatever like that for you to be okay. Isn't that humane?
Bro,
If you willingly give yourself up,
that was the deal that they made from the beginning. They gave everybody the option to self-deport, and you're going to get paid money, you get travel back, and you get an opportunity to reapply as a citizen.
That is humane. That is the right thing.
But a lot of people took that deal.
So a lot of people did. And part of it too is, to be honest, was the opposing party would tell people not to do it.
Yeah.
So you have to understand that if, let's just say we say, okay, look, this is a problem, right? And whether you're Democrat, right, left, whatever you are, or Republican, we're recognizing that this is an issue. Let's do things for the legal sake of it. Let's do things the right way.
Yeah.
Because you broke a law, but we're going to give you a grace period. And like you said, you could reapply. But once you have people saying, don't do that, I wouldn't do that, and we need to stand up for, and you have this is the problem, is that they're inciting a certain type of response. It's a predictable response.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
And when you have people going on the news saying that ICE agents aren't real police, when they're telling you got to push back, you got to fight back, you got to stand up for this country, for the democracy, whatever, this is what you get.
But you broke the law coming
Yeah.
in here. You don't see no wrong that you did.
I think most of them are just confused. They don't know what to do. Because they're actually.
I get that. Like, you're scared.
Yeah.
You don't know.
They're actually being used for another, like a more nefarious means anyway.
Yeah,
like,
because when I watched, this is months ago, when I watched the riots in LA, most of the kids that were there were actually legal.
Yeah.
They just were protesting.
They're protesting, yeah.
Most of the
Waving their
illegals
flags,
weren't there.
Yeah, because they don't want to get caught.
You're right.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're being used. Like we found out now that we talked about this last week. Minnesota, I think, already lost one of their seats because what happens when you flood a state with a bunch of human beings? They get more votes. They get more House seats. The census says there's more people there, so now you get another House seat. So now you can rig the system even more. Now you get another electoral college vote. So now when the presidential election comes around, you flood your state with all these illegals. Now your state counts as more votes than other states. So this is another part of the plan, why they're flooding these people in there, because they need to rig the system for Democrats. I want to show this clip of James O'Keefe because he went into Minneapolis and I don't know if you guys saw that he showed how he got a text message saying you have like 5 minutes to leave the city or you will be killed.
An hour.
You had an hour. Okay. You have an hour to leave the city or you're dead, basically. And they found out, they knew he was there. They knew that y'all good? What happened? Oh, you can't, that's blocking the view. They knew that what his license plate number was. They knew who he was there with. They had all this intel on him. How did they get that?
Somebody told.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Governor.
Right. So let's watch this video.
And I am shocked and amazed at how organized they are. I've never seen anything like this. Every vehicle downtown, they're able to track, run the plates, confirm who they are, get their ID, like they did in my case. They ran my license plate. We're trying to figure out how they're able to do that, where they have someone on the inside of a rental car company, et cetera, and communicate with each other about it. And when I got out of my vehicle, this is like 11:30 in the morning, just after the shooting and before the autonomous zone. Within seconds, there were 5 of them standing outside of a relatively inconspicuous vehicle, interrogating me, asking to see my identification. So I got to give them credit, Megan. I've never seen anything in my life. I don't think any of us have ever seen a group of people more organized. And I warn people, because people are tempted to say, well, this is funded. And honestly, Megan, what I think and what I believe to be true is there isn't some one boogeyman funding all of this. It's a loose network of NGOs, some of which indirectly get funds from our government. But people actually really believe in their cause. And it's a cause that it appears to me that they're willing to live and die for, which is, I think, more terrifying than one guy funding them in a transactional way.
Yeah, and this is what they're doing. They are running up on vehicles and forcing people to show them their paperwork. If you don't, like we saw with Nick Sorter, like they will destroy your car, they'll beat you up, they'll threaten to kill you. They sent him a text. James O'Keefe got a text message shortly after that saying, if you don't leave in an hour, you're dead. So how are they getting this information? How do they know if you're in a rental car? How do they know you're there? And then we're finding out about this signal chat. We're finding out that they have been coordinating and dispatching with each other and communicating in these.
That's not just regular people, though.
That's what I'm saying.
That has to be somebody higher up.
We already found the lieutenant governor was involved. Who else? Minnesota State Rep Brad Tig is personally sending out invites for the anti-ICE watch group and Sign Up Genius to coordinate the doxing and harassment of ICE agents. So this guy right here is personally sending out invites to people, and it says what is his position? He's a state rep.
So how come this guy can't be charged with like unfair surveillance or?
Dude, they need to be charged with treason, bro. Yeah. Like, this is getting crazy. Trump needs to do something about this that more than just making a deal with.
That's what I'm saying.
I think they're investigating now,
but I'm a little disappointed too if he can make a deal with Tim and not know any of this. Like, come on, man, you gotta crack down on the people, because, like I said, random people knowing this, I don't think so. This is somebody from a higher up who has intel and able to put that out.
Yeah,
So a person like that needs to be charged.
Because how are they knowing where? They were saying, even with the Renee Goods, remember we were talking about this, how they said that they knew that the ICE agents were going to be on that block. How do they know that? They know which hotels.
It's a random street in Minnesota.
Yeah, but close to the George Floyd.
But how do they know that the ICE on somebody's? Would they know?
They know about a nice license plate.
License plate, dude.
But they know ICE is coming before they get there?
Yeah. That's why they were on the street, blocking the street before they got there.
Look, they have like a I heard somebody talking about that. They have like paperwork of and a warrant that they have to get issued.
Yeah.
To go to an area, we're gonna be in this area.
Yeah.
So somebody is intercepting somehow. Mm-hmm. And then getting the
That's
information.
What I'm saying. Is someone leaking this?
That's what people are talking. That's what this signal chat is. And that's
Trump
why
needs to say this. Then,
but But I think Trump is like, Trump doesn't know all of that information. Who's
heading up ICE?
What's her name?
Pam Bondi.
No. Man, why is her name escaping me? Kristi Noem.
Okay, she needs to say something.
I heard she might be getting ousted or getting like demoted or something because of the way they've been handling it. You know what I mean? Like even with the Renee Good thing, some of the statements that they made, some of the misinformation they put out there about these situations that was just stoking the flames. Saying that she, ran over the guy and put him in the hospital. Just kind of, and it was clear misinformation. Same thing with this Pretti guy. Like they were saying that he was there trying to kill officers. Like when you watch the video, it's like that's not what was really happening.
He just looked stupid.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
You're right. And his gun, apparently those type of guns, that SIG, everybody's saying that they have problems and they misfire all the time. So it might have been in the struggle that the gun went off and the police officers thought that they were under fire and opened fire on him.
I don't know. I didn't see it. I saw some guy grab the gun and he was running away already. And I don't know if he had something else in his hand.
He had a phone in his hand.
That looked like
that's what he was filming with.
That looked like a gun.
Yeah.
And somebody said gun, and then
Well, the gun went off.
I didn't see that. I don't know if that was the first shot.
The first shot you hear is I believe his SIG going off.
His SIG going off?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, when I was watching it, it seemed like the gun was gone, and then when the guy was, you seen the guy that had taken the gun, right?
Yeah.
It don't seem like he communicated that he got the gun.
Yeah.
And then I heard the gunshot go off. So I don't,
Yeah, I mean it's in the middle of a melee and chaos, and people are being.
This is what it's meant to do, though.
Yeah,
we're discussing that. I'm not discussing like we are discussing it. But I'm saying, but people focus on that.
Who's to blame?
Yeah.
Who shot who first? Who's the bad guy here? When they're not looking at. But why was he there? Why did he know to be there?
And what else is going on in that state? Massive fraud, which they need to be investigating. Listen, if they say, hey, listen, forget the migrants, we're going to focus on governmental and political fraud.
Yeah.
I'd rather that. So I'd rather you uncover political and governmental money fraud. I'd rather that than you deport people.
Yeah.
Because that's way more important than that.
Right.
But we're distracted with this.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I want to play a clip of, again, becoming one of the most base Democrats that exist out there. The guy that had brain issues. For some reason, the guy with brain issues is better Democrat, smarter Democrat than all the other ones. Listen to his take on this.
Absolutely unacceptable, terrible, awful. ICE agents are just doing their job, and I fully support that.
My mom never pulled it up.
And for me, and
I got
people in my party might want to abolish it or treat them as criminals or anything. That's
I'll play it again since y'all didn't see it.
Absolutely unacceptable, terrible, awful. ICE agents are just doing their job, and I fully support that. And for me, and people in my party might want to abolish it or treat them as criminals or anything. That's inappropriate and outrageous. ICE performs an important job for our nation. Absolutely.
Yeah, but ICE has been around for a long time.
It has.
You keep saying that because they make it sound like it's. That's the only thing I don't like about it is they're making one distinction that it is Trump's ICE.
Yeah. Trump's Gestapo. Yeah.
No,
people don't know that.
I know they don't,
Yeah,
but I feel like I have to when I hear people say that, I'm like, wait, hold on here. Like, if you're gonna say it, at least get that part right.
Yeah.
This is not something he started new. This is a continuation of 4 or 5 presidents who've done this.
Yeah.
It's not something new. It's not brand new.
Matter of fact, here's a clip from 2010, Obama talking about immigration.
There are those in the immigrants' rights community
There are those
who have argued passionately that we should simply provide those who are illegally with legal status, or at least ignore the laws on the books and put an end to deportation until we have better laws. And often this argument is framed in moral terms. Why should we punish people who are just trying to earn a living? I recognize the sense of compassion that drives this argument. But I believe such an indiscriminate approach would be both unwise and unfair. It would suggest to those thinking about coming here illegally that there will be no repercussions for such a decision. And this could lead to a surge in more illegal immigration. And it would also ignore the millions of people around the world who are waiting in line to come here legally. Ultimately, our nation, like all nations, has the right and obligation to control its borders and set laws for residency and citizenship. And no matter how decent they are, no matter their reasons, the 11 million who broke these laws should be held accountable.
I had no idea Obama was such a xenophobic, white supremacist
Listen, bro.
Nazi. I had no idea.
You got to give him credit.
He
He's
makes sense.
smooth. He's a great orator, man.
He's good at
good.
saying it, but he's saying the same thing.
He's saying the same thing. It's just that he comes off like he cares.
Yeah.
You know, he's coming off like he cares, and he doesn't.
Right.
And he's articulate.
He's articulate.
Yeah.
You give him that.
He's smooth.
But what is he saying here? He's saying
Same thing.
that even the people that are good people here, just trying to get a better job, just here working, they need to go too because they
And he
broke
continued
the
this
law.
up to 2016.
Absolutely. He deported 3 million people.
Now, Trump doesn't have good delivery. They need to get out.
Yeah.
They're causing problems.
They're from
They're
shithole
like
countries.
That doesn't help.
Taxpayer money. They need to go.
Yeah, he's definitely. But what
saying the same thing,
This
though.
is my point. Like people are so easily swayed by the pomp and circumstance of of the presidency rather than the policies of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like people want to see someone who presents themselves.
Right. They want to see the framing of it.
Yeah. What's going on?
She over there struggling.
Not working.
What's not working?
My mouse, and then it says here, what Wirecast has detected feedback and has turned off.
Okay, it's fine. Wirecast is
No,
fine.
but my mouse is not working.
Okay, it's all right. It's probably that the battery probably died.
Oh.
It's okay.
Trying to do
There's
good-
another mouse
trying to
over
do
there.
my job.
There's another mouse right there.
Oh, okay, let's see.
Try to turn that one on. Turn it on. Turn it
You
on.
must know.
She's over there. I heard her over there going crazy. I'm like, what is she doing?
Like hitting is gonna make it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you were talking about Tom Homan. We showed the clip on. We showed the picture of him getting an award from Obama last year.
Looking happy.
Yeah. So I want to show.
Meet the man.
Oh, you're connected to. Turn it off, Mom. It's connected to my laptop for some reason.
And I would remind everyone in this room that it was former President Barack.
Okay, turn off the mouse, please. Yes.
This is
Thank
a Washington Post
Um,
This is a Washington
she was
Post
moving my
headline
mouse.
from
So this
9
is
years ago, 2016. Meet the man the White House has honored for deporting illegal immigrants. And I would remind everyone in this room that it was former President Barack Hussein Obama who awarded a medal to Mr. Homan. So he's obviously very qualified. He has the full trust and faith of the president. He will continue to have these meetings in the hopes that ICE and local law enforcement can cooperate and work together to have successful immigration enforcement, as we've seen in almost every other state across the country.
I find it funny because once she presented that to the News Corps, I saw a lot of boomers like, "Oh, I had no idea that." Like,
I think that's what it is.
Really?
They didn't know.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
didn't know that he worked for Obama. They didn't know that he got a medal from Obama.
Yes.
Like,
and I presented that to a couple of people while remodeling.
yeah.
And they're like, I don't know about that. I'm
They
like,
can't admit it. They can't admit it.
are you sure?
Did you show the picture of
I
him?
did. It didn't matter.
Yeah, that's AI.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, of course, you're right. I think a lot of times, and this is not just with boomers or the left. It could be the right too. When you're locked in on a particular thing, you kind of, your blinders are so focused on what you want to. You don't want to hear anything.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, a lot of right wing people during the Bush administration, war on terror, weapons of mass destruction, believe that.
Absolutely.
And you couldn't say
Especially
anything.
after 9/11.
You couldn't say anything.
Go get those they thought everyone wearing
A
turban
Yep.
was Afghani.
It was the same
like,
kind
bro,
of
he's chic.
yeah.
Come
Right.
on.
right.
Sikh.
Seek.
WWE the Iron Sheik, man.
The Iron Sheik.
So yeah, it happens.
Sorry, Courtney, if you're watching.
Yeah.
It happens where I think you get locked in on a particular thing.
Yeah.
And that's just it, man.
Yep.
You know, where you can't. That's it. You just want to focus on that.
Yeah. It's the tribal thing, man.
Yeah, they can't see
But-
past the ideology that they
It's just blinders, dude. Like the situation I was just talking about, the dude that just got shot.
Yeah.
I can say that, all right, the dude did something stupid, having a loaded gun and antagonizing federal agents. But I also can say that I don't know if they handled that,
The best.
the best.
and they're not handling it. I don't think the Renee.
I
This
think
is the
that's what we're
problem.
confused about,
You
yeah.
get caught up in defending or just trying to
Right.
stick to the facts of what's going on
Yes.
because people go all the way left with, oh, they murdered this person in cold blood. They're out.
Yeah.
Trump has them murdered.
Right.
So
Emotional.
you end up defending these emotional points that they're
Right.
instead
Yeah.
of saying like, Mom, is that mouse on? Are you still clicking stuff?
That's because I can't
Turn the mouse off. Turn it off.
see nothing.
Just turn it off. You're good. You don't need to see that.
No, I'm saying I can't see videos or nothing. 'Cause
You-
it's blocking
It's
everything.
look
can-
over
you can
there.
look at that.
Look over there.
I see what you're saying. I feel like you're forced to defend because none of us are agreeing with the tactical or the way it played out. We're not. I think people want you
Yeah.
to. They feel like you need to
need to be-
explain.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't agree with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a man watching something happen and feel the need to want to interject in law enforcement, you don't see the craziness in that.
Right. You don't see people that are directly impeding an investigation into people like
Yeah.
we showed the clip last week where the dude drove up on the woman blowing the whistle like, we're here to get a child rapist. Why are you alerting them that
Right,
we're here?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You know?
Yes, and I've seen tons of video where the police and law enforcement is trying to stop somebody.
Yeah.
and they're trying to ram them.
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So it's like you we're making these weird arguments
Yeah.
about what morality is.
Right.
Yeah.
and it's like, wait, you don't see how this is like when I see police officers arresting someone, I'm like, wait a minute. I gotta figure this out.
Yeah.
And get out the car.
Get off of him. And then you go over there. You don't even know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
You don't see the logic
They're kidnapping that man.
or the craziness in this.
Like,
You know that man was just diddling somebody that got caught. Like,
Tom Homan was on the news arguing with one of them. I think it was what's her name? Walsh. No, Wallace, Nicole Wallace.
Oh,
he
that-
was
that smug face.
Yeah, he was arguing with her because she's talking about how they're disappearing people and he was saying you using that language is inflaming things because when someone breaks the law and we have to go into their house and arrest them and take them away from their family if they rob a bank, is that disappearing them? Like why would you say stuff like that? Like these are criminals that we're after. I gotta read Jordan's comment. He said, "Just gotta remember." He said, this is angels versus demon, therefore fallible, corruptible humans on both political sides with lots of greed, pride, and fear influencing everybody. And he said Tom Homan started with Reagan. Yeah, Tom Homan's
he's been around.
He's
But-
been around for a long time.
And that's what I'm saying. This is not because it like he's right. It goes back to the 80s and 90s. This has been. I mean, I know it's saying Bush with ICE. The name.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was just immigration before that.
Right.
It was CBP, Border Patrol, all of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And then it became ICE under. They always got to give these new names to things, and
Yeah.
just like Space Force, and
Yeah.
they always
Yeah.
got to come up with these new names. But
It's the same
it's
thing.
just the same thing.
Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you're enforcing the protection of our borders. That's what it's about. It's a law enforcement that is there to protect our sovereignty as a nation.
And I think
and
too.
uphold laws.
Yeah.
You can't just.
Right. And I think part of it is when I talk to people, a lot of people, I don't think they understand politics aside from voting and getting their president. Because what they think happened is they think when a president comes in, they think everything changes.
Yeah.
So yes, your cabinet and maybe certain key figures, but you're not firing everyone. Like they really believe that it's like a brand new start.
Yeah.
And so like, no, Fauci
he's been around
for
since
a
the
long
80s.
time.
Yeah.
Holman been
Yeah.
around for a long time.
Yep.
Condoleezza Rice a long time. All these people have been in political.
Condoleezza Rice.
But I'm saying
Like a
these-
Mexican dish.
these people have been in these positions of power and leadership role for a long time. It's just that the administration changed, or maybe the political party changed, but these people still continued working. So they're almost a lot of people, when you tell them, no, he's worked for Bush, Trump, Obama, they're almost like they can't believe, because they really believe that when Obama came in, everything changed. When Trump came in, everything changed. No. People don't just get fired every 4 years. Certain key, like maybe the head of the FBI or like the Attorney General, certain positions are changed.
Secretary of Defense,
But
Secretary of State.
90% of those people stay in the positions they're in.
Yeah. And that was the problem during Trump's first term. You had all of these people in the FBI, in all of these departments that were totally against him, still in positions, trying to obstruct everything he was doing, trying to undermine the Russiagate, all that stuff.
And that's why I had to give a little grace, because even for me, I didn't know all this myself. I started learning this after I started leaning a little more to politics. Like, oh, really?
Yeah.
So these people, they've been here a long time? Especially more with the Fauci thing, when there have been decades and decades of Fauci saying things that are not true.
Yeah.
And
AIDS epidemic.
And I didn't know that until I see a compilation of, wait, he's been around since then? Like the 90s, the 80s?
What happened with that?
I mean, we didn't have social media back then.
No. I'm talking about them. them
prosecuting Fauci?
Getting that
He got
guy.
pardoned, though.
Yeah, he got pardoned.
He got pardoned.
Did he get?
Yeah.
He got fully pardoned?
Yeah, Biden pardoned him.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, on his way
Remember,
out.
that's the whole part. That's the whole
Money.
thing. That's the whole thing where Trump is trying to he's trying to find a way to negate the auto pen thing, because Fauci's pardon was part of the auto pen gate thing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they're trying to.
There's a lot.
They're trying to negate the auto pen because Fauci's wrapped up in that. I think the only one that Biden actually pardoned was his son. Yeah. But so
and like I said, back to the point I was saying, I think that's what a lot of people struggle with, is that they want to believe that corruption starts with this particular president, this regime, and it's Obama too. A lot of people thought Obama was going to come in and the Muslims are going to take over,
right.
And so it's this weird thing where you can't have these
they
conversations.
didn't know it was the gays.
Muslim gays.
I
laughed way too hard.
But that's what I'm saying. When I talk to, and usually most of the people we do remodels for, they're older.
Yeah.
And like, no, they've been in power for a long time, and they're not part of a political. They work for the government. They're federal employees.
Yeah.
So they don't clean house.
Right.
You know.
And that's the reason why the government doesn't get anything done, because you have these holdovers that become mainstays.
Right. I myself didn't even understand it.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, they do?
Yeah.
And then corruption happens.
Yeah.
And then you got all this, man, all them people and all that stuff that's going on in Minnesota, that's been going on.
That's been going on for a long time, and it's just coming out now.
Right.
And it took some greedy Somalis to go overboard, driving Lamborghinis, owning a daycare center. You know, what I mean?
Well, a liberal right to be like, let me show you how to do it.
Right.
Having $5,000.
I don't think they just landed. Listen, I don't think
somebody broke into, and got all the information.
Took all our information,
bro. Who wants pay stubs and.
Listen, I don't think that they're doing that without some assistance. There's some heavy assistance.
Oh, absolutely.
Not only is America land of the free, but look at how they're taking advantage of us.
Yeah.
I mean, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Well, politics is a tool, so.
Yeah, I mean, it happens on all levels.
Let me show this breakdown this dude was giving. I think he's going to touch on what I was talking about with the Electoral College map and how immigration is a part of all of that. I haven't seen this video, but I think this is what he's getting to.
Look at this above my head. This is the 2030 apportionment forecast, which will be based off the 2030 census. So this is predicting if states will increase.
Let's start it over. Here we go.
Look at this above my head. This is the 2030 apportionment forecast, which will be based off the 2030 census. So this is predicting if states will increase in electoral votes, decrease in electoral votes, or stay the same. If you pay attention, every single state that's decreasing in electoral votes is blue. Essentially, every state that's green is either red or trending red. You can argue or debate about Georgia, but my overall point still stands. This is terrifying for Democrats, and I'll explain why. This is also likely why Joe Biden let in millions upon millions of illegal immigrants and why we've seen Democrats fighting us so hard to enforce our immigration laws and deport these illegal immigrants. So 3 things are converging at once right now. The first one is people are moving from blue states to red states.
That's
the only
one of the
reason
huge
California has been
problems.
seeing consistent population gains is due to international migration to California. Americans are moving out of California to red states. And again, why is this important? Because of apportionment. So let's take this a step back and let's just talk about off the jump when it comes to presidential elections. Electoral votes. Republicans start at an advantage when it comes to electoral votes, meaning there are more solid red states than there are solid blue states. So depending on how you look at it, Republicans start with around a 240 electoral vote baseline before the election even really begins. That's baked in. Democrats start with around a 200 to 210 electoral vote baseline. So Republicans already have the advantage there, and that's essentially just off the rip. So let's think about this. I'm gonna go back a little bit. First thing, Republicans already have a baked in advantage when it comes to the electoral college. They already start closer to 270 than Democrats do. Again, this is based off of solid red states versus solid blue states. Now here's the second thing. Individuals are moving out of blue states and moving to red states, which then in 2030, from then on, for the next 10 years, it will increase red states' electoral vote baseline. So once 2030 starts, the advantage for Republicans will even be larger. Now let's add the third thing, which is voter registration. Democrats are losing a ton of voters. Independents are gaining a ton of voters at Democrats' expense, and Republicans are gaining in voter registration. So now let's add those 3 things. Democrats have a lower baseline when it comes to electoral votes. The census shifts are going to lower their baseline even further when it gets to 2030. And they're having registration issues. They're losing voters. What is one way to offset this? Immigration. Remember, the census counts bodies, not citizens. So when Trump is deporting immigrants, this is harming Democrats.
And that's another thing that people don't realize, and that's why Trump did push to do the census at 2025 in Texas, so they could redistrict those places, because he knew that they were flooding him with illegals, and he was trying to get it pushed back in his first term where illegal aliens wouldn't count on the census. They shouldn't.
They shouldn't.
But the courts turned that down. The courts didn't allow it. So now we get, in 2020 they did the census, and in 2020 they base the amount of Congress seats you get are based off of your population. Senate you get 2 no matter what per state, but the amount of House seats you get is based off of population. So if you're flooding these states with illegal aliens, then now your state gets more House seats, which you can make more Democrats in the House than Republicans based off of illegal aliens. So this is why they're panicking over deporting all these people, because they're going to lose seats based off of that. So,
and they want to have a bunch of illegal immigrants in this country because it helps them protect the structure. They don't want to lose electoral votes. Well, if people are moving out of their states, what's the way they can increase their population? Import people. They don't want their baseline when it comes to electoral votes lowered. Again, import people. This is essentially one of the most effective ways they can fight back to stop the underlying structure from changing that would disadvantage them even further. This is why they're fighting us enforcing our immigration laws so aggressively, because it is existential for them in many ways. And this is why you see panic, moral absolutism, apocalyptic language like the world's coming to an end. It's also why you see total refusal.
It's very important.
To compromise. They hide all of this behind morality and compassion. But in reality, they're just trying to preserve their power. And having a bunch of illegal immigrants in this country is a way they can do that. It allows them to still somewhat be competitive. Because when you stack all these things up, it's kind of brutal. Think about it. Republicans already have an advantage when it comes to electoral votes. Democrats are losing citizens to red states, which is going to increase the Republicans' advantage even further when it comes to electoral votes, apportionment, Congress, etc. On top of that, there are more people registering Republican than Democrats, so they're losing the voter registration battle at the moment. But one of the ways to offset this is to have a bunch of immigrants in their states. So again, Democrats are not just being compassionate out of the goodness of their heart for all these illegal immigrants. They're using emotion to manipulate people into helping them preserve a structure that keeps them somewhat in power. Or they want to stop the structure from eroding their power. Either way, again, it's not about compassion. It's not about being kind out of the goodness of their heart. It's about federal power. And I just sent out an article about this to my Substack subscribers probably like an hour ago, explaining this in more detail. So,
yeah, man. So right along the lines of what I thought he was going to talk about. Like this is what I was saying. Like there's a deeper, and Elon Musk has talked about this too. Like there's a deeper reason for, first of all, not wanting voter ID. Why would you not want voter ID? Because you need people like this to be able to vote. Like it's the only way you can fake elections if you don't allow voter ID. And California, Virginia just passed did you see the lady that got elected? That white lady that she passed all of these crazy laws in 2 days.
You know, I heard about it because there's I know people
that's
from,
right.
They sent me a list of things, dude. The LGBTQ and gay history is being taught in elementary school.
Yeah,
just a whole bunch of wild, crazy
something
stuff.
about like the amount of poll watchers near man. There's a whole bunch of things that they passed. I don't remember all of them, but it's crazy stuff. Like trying to basically rig elections for Democrats in Virginia right now. Wow. But yeah, this is part of.
We're about to have that soon.
Yeah, I mean we got the same thing in New Jersey, pretty much with Mickey Sherrill, Mikey Sherrill, whatever.
Hold up, I think I got it. See if there's it's an article.
Well, let me show you this while you're looking for it, because I want to show you guys this as well, because you guys remember Letitia James, you remember the Alvin Bragg, these people that ran on what was their platform? These are people that wanted to run for attorney general, wanted to run for district attorney, all these things. What was their platform? What was their main promise when they get elected, which got them elected? They were going to arrest Trump. They were going to arrest Trump. Remember?
Yeah.
That was their main platform, right?
Wait. I was just looking at this. What?
I said, remember Letitia James? Remember Alvin Bragg?
Yeah.
What did they run on? If you elect me, I'm going to arrest Trump. Yep. I'm going to put Trump in prison. That was their promise.
Now it's turning back on them.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So now people are running, and they have to escalate that even further. That didn't work. So watch this dude. This dude is running for Ohio Attorney General, Elliot Foreman. Listen to his promise.
Hi, this is Elliot Forehand, candidate for Ohio Attorney General. I want to tell you what I mean when I say that I'm going to kill Donald Trump. I mean, I'm going to obtain a conviction rendered by a jury of his peers at a standard of proof beyond a reasonable doubt, based on evidence presented at a trial conducted in accordance with the requirements of due process, resulting in a sentence duly executed of capital punishment. That is what I mean when I say that I'm going to kill Donald Trump.
So this is where they're amping it up to now. Elect me, and I promise I will kill Donald Trump.
Wow!
Through capital punishment.
Who do you ever hear saying something?
This is insane.
Yeah.
That is his campaign speech.
This is what he's promising. I'm telling you, he's doing the Letitia James, Alvin Bragg playbook times 100. But it's the same thing you see them keep doing. Like they have to keep escalating with Trump because it's the only thing that works. Mm-hmm. And people are so people are being whipped up into such a frenzy. They're so frothing at the mouth to see something bad happen to Trump that a guy like this could get their vote because he's that insane. And they're that insane. Their TDS is so strong that reaches them. Yes.
Yeah.
Kid, I want to see somebody who's going to kill Trump.
It's bad.
Yeah. I saw that and I was like, yo, this is incredible. Let me see. Virginia. I could look it up, dude.
Yeah, this is just an article that they sent. It's the title is Virginia Democrat Move to Embed Transgender and Queer History Across Kids Curriculum. So
it's going to happen here too.
It's just talking about that.
Mickey Sherrill, she already said it's not an option.
Yeah.
She said she's like, parents are not allowed to opt out of transgender LGBTQ education.
She would like them not to, but it's anyway. Yeah, y'all know how I feel.
Dude, be 4 years, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I don't think she got voted in. I think something New Jersey is.
When I was talking to my son though about what's going on, and he told me that they've been talking about it in his history class, which is a little bit different from your child, Jamie. He said that his teachers did tell him that Obama did deport more people than any other president. And I was like, your teacher sounds like he's
being fair.
Yeah, he's being fair.
Yeah, my daughter's teacher, bro. I'm this close to going to the school and saying something. Like the type of stuff that I'm hearing him say, like so freaking biased, pushing his political opinion on the kids.
I would go and meet with the principal.
But the thing is, I don't want to do that if she doesn't want me to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I asked her about it, and the fact that she's like recording what he's saying. I don't know if that she can get in trouble for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think you can go and
anonymously.
I don't know. They're supposed to not. The principal. They're supposed to not go and tell.
But you have on the right track.
Yeah.
So at least she's communicating with you.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
I mean, bro, she can't stand that class. Like she's, that's why she started recording, because she's complaining to me about like how he's constantly going on these rants, about his views on things and trying to get everybody to see things the way he sees them,
Yeah.
And he's some little short Egyptian guy who's very like snarky, he thinks he knows everything. I can't find the laws, but I know I heard about it. Let me see what this dude
Ask you, is this what you voted for? So the Democrats in Virginia have just taken complete power. They have majorities in everything. They don't need a single Republican vote to pass a damn thing. And what do you think was the first thing they did? Like, what do you think was the most important thing on the docket for them? Go ahead and pause the video and put your guess in the comments. I guarantee you're not going to guess it right. Well, the first thing they did was put forward a bill that eliminated mandatory minimum sentencing for rape, manslaughter, assaulting a police officer, possession of child porn, and finally, eliminating mandatory minimum sentencing for repeat violent offenses. That was the most important thing to the Virginia Democrats. That was the first thing they did when they took power, is that they eliminated mandatory minimum sentencing for these horrific crimes, giving judges in Virginia the opportunity to let these people go or to give them bullshit sentences. And like I asked you in the beginning.
Yeah.
Limiting, it's called Romeo and Juliet laws. Limiting exemptions exist for minors under 18 but over 15 regarding consent.
That's crazy, man. Like I said, it's going to happen. Unfortunately, I don't know exactly like that, but New Jersey, Mickey Sherrill, the new governor, she basically said this is not going to be an option. I don't know how she's going to enforce it, but it seems that there was a lot, and specifically the teachers union is heavily Democrat.
Yeah.
So the idea of, them pushing a LGBTQ agenda in school seems to be more possible now that she is official. At least we'll give Phil Murphy a little bit of credit. He didn't push hard on that. There were certain things he didn't, but this seems to be the new thing where they're ramping it up. It's not an option.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm trying to have a child. I don't know.
South Carolina.
We might be relocating with James. Or homeschool.
Yeah, man. It's crazy. It's crazy because, like I said, that's the sad part is parents are realizing that you have, and now Elise is communicating with you. Imagine how many kids are not coming home and telling their parents, or they're just there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, or they're just being fed, the same biases that their parents maybe already hold, and just digging themselves further into that way of thinking, not getting the truth. I mean, this guy, I heard him myself telling his class that, Trump is making us an enemy of Europe because of he's trying to invade Greenland, and they're going to see us as enemies, and they're going to side with China and Russia. And Trump invaded and started a war with Venezuela. You know what I mean? And talking about how I heard him saying that any one of them, ICE could show up at the school and detain any one of them because they don't have any of their papers on them. They don't have their birth certificate on them. You know what I mean? So how could you prove that you're a citizen? You don't have any papers on you. You know, but this is what I'm saying. Like, this is the stuff that he's saying.
He's saying a lot of false things.
He's using fear.
I know, but that's just not fair for the children. Like, and there's nothing that could be done about him.
Listen, I mean, like I said, I told her, like, if you want me to, I'll say something, you know. But she's kind of like, no, I don't want to do that, you know. So
yeah, they're not supposed to be doing
that's the thing. It's
You're
like,
supposed to be teaching
history. And if you want to give
social studies.
if you want to give both sides of the argument, that's fine. I don't have any problem with that. But you're literally trying to shape the way they think about what's going on, you know. Yeah, it's annoying. But anyway, meanwhile, you would think that when they poll the public and they, you know, with everything that's going on, that Trump would be, you know, going through it right now. He's being slaughtered in the polls. But CNN did a poll about people's feelings on illegal immigration. And check this out.
Yeah, sometimes I like blunt questions because they sort of get at the underlying feelings that people have. So this is about as blunt a question as you can get. Deport all immigrants here illegally. I will note the ABC News poll asked about undocumented immigrants. So we have slightly different questions, but these were all taken within the last month. And there's real uniformity here. That's what I really think you see. You see real uniformity. Deport all immigrants who are here illegally. 55% of the New York Times. Marquette, 64%. CBS News, 57%. ABC News with a slightly...
These are all liberal outlets.
Yep.
And the question is, should we deport all immigrants who are here illegally? And overwhelmingly, the majority of the people are saying yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even after everything they're seeing, even after all this fear mongering, ISIS, the Gestapo, Trump's a Nazi, people are being killed for no reason, people are being kidnapped, and Maryland
I can't believe
man,
CNN actually showing that.
Bro, they've been showing these.
CNN, they've been showing, especially this guy. He does, you know, these charts and, you know.
Yeah, he always does these poll breakdowns.
Yeah.
I think CNN is kind of seeing where their numbers are going, and they're trying to moderate. That's why they brought Scott Jennings in.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Because they're trying to, like, ease their audience into a little bit more moderate.
Scott Jennings is the only reason people are watching CNN now.
Especially that segment
show,
with Abby Phillips, But let's watch the rest of this.
Different question, 56%. So what you're seeing essentially here is a very clear indication that a majority of Americans, in fact, when they're asked this blunt question, which I believe gets at the underlying feelings, do in fact want to deport all immigrants who are here illegally. There's no arguing with these different numbers because they're all essentially the same across 4 different pollsters. Feelings towards immigration in this country, feelings towards undocumented immigrants and deporting all of them have become considerably more hawkish. And I think that gives Donald Trump much more leverage to go with the American people and sort of have these hawkish, some might say harsh, different rhetoric and also issue-based sort of going after immigrants who are here illegally. Want immigration levels decreased. This includes legal and illegal immigration. Look at this. Last year, 55%. That is the highest level since the 9/11 aftermath. You go back just to 2020.
And this again, legal and illegal. So people want less people coming into the country.
Exactly. They want less people coming into the country. Look at that. That's a 14-point rise from 2023. You go back to 2016 when Donald Trump again was running for president the first time, it was 38%. That's a 17-point rise. So the bottom line is more folks want people who are here illegally deported, and their overall feelings towards immigration have become considerably more hawkish.
63% say they're okay with deporting immigrants who are here illegally and arrived in the last 4 years. 87% are good with deporting immigrants who are here illegally and have criminal records.
87%.
So what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? So this is why you can't believe the fringe, the loud fringe that we're seeing.
Yeah.
The fake protesters that we're seeing out there that they're trying to make us believe. Right. They're all being paid. And they're trying to make us believe that this is America speaking. This ain't America speaking.
Well, it's some of America. I know a few there.
But what I'm saying is
are like, are you kidding me?
They're the minority is what I'm saying.
You are talking to
Yeah.
A guy that is a refugee.
Yeah.
That became naturalized. I'm not down with all that.
You're right.
I'm not down with all that.
Yeah.
And not only that too, aside from, as I'm a foreigner too, our personal experience is yes, turtle. Certified.
Certified turtle.
But
I talked to him about that, by the way. The brother-in-law was like,
huh?
Oh yeah. Yo, people were confused. They were like, I want to know what the turtle is. They keep talking about turtles. I don't know.
He was confused. Jess said she looked at his face too. She was like, he don't know what they're talking about. Anyways, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say what people don't take account for is that, and I think a lot of older liberals, we talk about the baby boomers a lot.
Yeah,
they may be aligned with the hatred for him,
mm-hmm.
but in the cities, New York, Los Angeles, Minneapolis, wherever, all these places where there was a mass come to our cities, sanctuary cities.
Yeah,
what the Democrats didn't account for was that the services, and because you one lady filmed going down to like get to the, I think it was like Medicaid or something like that, and how busy and how crazy it was there.
Yeah,
she said what would take like an hour is taking 4 or 5 hours, and so a lot of the people who are probably involved in these polls realize something happened where their services and the things that they're used to aren't good. Just even going to the ER.
Yeah.
My wife, she does inspections for New Jersey,
mm-hmm.
and she said that they're like there's a hospital that is closing down because you cannot refuse help. It's a law around the world that if someone comes in, and guess where all these people are going?
Yeah.
For blood pressure,
mm-hmm.
for a regular routine checkup.
Yeah.
They're going to the hospital.
Right.
There's only so much beds. There's only so much nurses. There's so much waiting. So they're going bankrupt because they're not paying.
Yeah.
So the local people saw the effects of this when it hit their doorsteps, which
mm-hmm.
was the governors and the politicians saying, come to our city, we're a sanctuary.
Yep.
Right? When Eric Adams went before Congress and they questioned him, how much did you spend? $6 billion.
Yeah.
You think that's not going to affect people?
It does. It
right?
pulls money directly from their pockets.
Right. So why don't you think they love these polls? And they'll put the poll out, but Don Lemon will go to a church.
Mm-hmm.
But he won't go and ask regular New Yorkers, hey, what do you think? And if he does, he'll cut that clip right off because he don't want to hear that. You know what I mean?
Speaking of the Don Lemon thing, did you hear about the
suing him?
The judge that let him, that said that he can't be prosecuted as like married to the DA or something like that. Like,
I knew there was probably some type of link.
Yeah, like there's a. Let me see. Hold on. I think I got something on.
Of course, a little sweetheart deal in the background there.
Minnesota federal judge Patrick Schultz is a donor and volunteer for the Pro Illegal Alien Immigration Law Center, and is the same judge who shielded Don Lemon from accountability after storming the church and is threatening to hold ICE Director Todd Lyons in contempt. The judicial cartel is real. So this guy is a donor for.
Of course he is.
The what is it? The Pro Illegal Alien Immigration Law Center.
How is that even possible,
bro? You're a judge.
See, that's crazy. Now we know for sure Don ain't going to Texas and trying this in no church.
No, he ain't gonna do that.
That's what we said. He wasn't gonna go into no black church.
Patrick wouldn't just issue that challenge to him.
I gotta read Jordan's comment. He said, "Yo, show what Larry Krasner's been saying. Have you guys been seeing what Larry's been saying?
No.
What about
about ICE and Trump and everything? Oh, he's talking so tough. He's talking so tough about them coming to Philadelphia.
Roll it.
And then he said he's the worst. And then he said, okay, red flannel guy is terrible too.
I was gonna make a point about the illegals. They have to go somewhere when they're
sick.
They're sick and stuff like that, and it's taxpayer money. It's the same thing with schools too.
Yeah.
The kids that you have to take them in.
Sure.
You know, and they're not allowed
and
to
I
ask.
feel terrible. I feel terrible for that. But think about the displacement. I'm not saying I don't like it. I don't like that little children. I don't like this. But it's still illegal.
Yeah. Who put them in that position?
That's Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like who chose? There's consequences for the decisions you make. You
Right.
choose. We can't do that. Go to another country and just expect to be handed everything.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why do people expect that from us?
Because we I'm gonna say we because our government let that happen.
Yeah, because we're a giving nation and they take advantage of it. When you're giving and we give more than any other country in the world by far.
More importantly, the people that gave all of that, once they're done with their campaign, they're long gone and not held accountable.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're never faced
If they
prosecution.
were, trust me, if Eric Adams and all the others, Gavin Newsom, were held accountable, they would not even touch this.
Nope.
Let's hear what this tough guy.
Oh, he's a tough guy
you
now.
Be a tough guy?
Oh.
You want to be a tough guy? Huh?
He's going to end up like Maduro when he was
This
like...
is a Philly guy?
Yeah, this is the Philly DA, Larry Krasner. The guy who, by the way, does not prosecute crime in Philadelphia. Lets people go. Doesn't lock up people that are murdering people, shooting people, robbing people, stealing cars. He doesn't do none of that.
What's 3 murders? Let him go.
You're right. Yeah, we're gonna hunt you.
Yo.
All this weed stuff.
Yo, he's talking crazy.
All this weed stuff, and he ain't doing nothing.
You down?
Yeah.
Bro. He's talking some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. And the funny thing is, Tim Walz was and what's his name, Frey, were talking that tough too. And all of a sudden they made a deal with Trump. And then everything changed.
I wouldn't allow it if I was Trump. I wouldn't make no deal.
He shouldn't have. I don't necessarily agree with that. Matter of fact, I want to show a clip of Nick Sorter. He's kind of painting a picture of it that he's talking to Steven Crowder that he's not happy with what Trump did because he's the guy that's been on the ground there.
Yeah.
He was the one that exposed the hotel that was not letting feds stay there. He's the one that got his camera stolen by the girl who owned the...
Bro, that dude is crazy.
Yeah.
I would have just take it.
Yeah, she drug him. She drove up on the sidewalk.
Yeah,
remember?
But the dude was like...
He was holding on to her.
Come on,
Give me
dude.
my camera. Well, let's watch what he said. You could tell on his... Look at the look on his face. You could just tell he's disappointed.
Oh, Jordan said he couldn't hear the Krasner clip.
No?
Yeah.
What? That don't make sense. Ask him... Well, let me know if you can hear
One of the stories that I've
Papa Jeff
unfortunately
said
been
he can't
hearing
hear
this
you
morning is that Border Patrol agents have
It's
now
all
been
coming
given
from
new
the
orders
same-
not to, for example, if they were to run a license plate and it comes back as that person is
you guys hear that?
an illegal, that border...
Are you guys hearing that clip?
We can't.
Do they hear us? Do they hear us? Mom, are you seeing
you
audio?
guys hear
Are you
us?
seeing audio over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys hear us? Do you see
Border
audio
Patrol
when I
was
play
forced
this?
to let into the country under Joe Biden. They are no longer allowed to arrest that person.
And is this the
even though
first
they
ti-
know for a fact that's illegal?
Is this new information that you're just bringing to light right now? That these new
Yes.
orders? Okay. And I don't want you to reveal your sources, but you have someone who you trust on this. You believe this is a matter of official, actual approach and policy now.
This actually came
Yes,
from
they can hear.
two Border Patrol agents, two separate Border Patrol agents on the ground in Minnesota. They're very, very frustrated. Obviously, they feel like one of them actually said that this feels like we just reverted to the Biden days.
Yeah, they're being told
they're-
not to engage, not to arrest people anymore. So basically, it's like Trump has almost made this deal, and now he's retreating from everything.
And I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I don't like that, man.
I definitely don't agree with backing down
Yeah.
from.
And
This
that's
is
why
not
it's
what we
hard.
voted for.
And that's why it's hard to, because, I don't. Not that I'm going around starting arguments. I don't. I'm just saying when you go and you're standing up and saying, "Listen, guys, I understand you're frustrated," and you do this, and then a sweetheart deal is made, and it's like, what? I
Yep.
thought we were.
Yeah.
I actually spoke to a vet that fought in Afghanistan in the first wave, and he expressed to me how disappointed he was with, number one, going over, because he joined right after 9/11, and he went over in 2003, You know, he was the first wave. He's my age. And he lost brothers. And he said that. He's like, James, I feel like all this was a lie. You know, you could see the pain in this man's face as he's saying, I lost brothers over there, man. I lost brothers over there. And he's like, and to just leave and go and all that equipment stayed.
Leave it there.
And
it ends up in the hands of the Taliban.
And he was just telling me, you could see the pain in his face. He's like, I don't believe in nothing no more, man. And I was like, dang. Like, to know, he's like, guys that I sweat and bled with and died there. He's like, you know, I know their wives and their kids are grown now. And what do I say? He's like, we just cowered and left.
It's crazy.
You know, and you hear that. It's like, I don't like the political game. I don't like this, man.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what's frustrating here. Because if Trump, all of this is for nothing and some sweetheart deal and Tim is pardoned and we're done and it's like on to the next one.
Yeah.
This makes no sense.
Let's wait and see, you know.
But it does make you kind of nervous because then you see how he reacted to the Epstein thing. The whole like, that's a hoax, the Democrat hoax, nothing to see here. Why are y'all still talking about this?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
And it's like maybe there is a greater plan at play here, but it doesn't seem like it. You know, it seems like.
And if we're gonna, my thing is this: if we're gonna question things, why do we have to stop? And be like, well, Chief said stop. So, all right, on to the next thing. What is he saying to be angry about? Okay, like we gotta
believe everything you say.
Come on, man.
If we're gonna point out the holes in everything everyone's saying, we have to be able to do it with Trump too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And the fact that like conservatives and even like Republicans, they look at it like if you don't not all in with Trump, then you.
No, I never.
Nah.
Never. Number one, we don't bow down to man.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Second of all, we don't identify with your party.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're pointing out here that this is the problem, which you definitively spoke about, which was draining the swamp, which was changing the political landscape, how things are done.
Yeah.
You said that.
Yep.
So now to be like, well, he said we got this back there, and all right, everybody out of there. That don't make no sense.
You ran on sending back illegals, closing the border. He did close the border, but you ran on sending back the illegals. You ran on exposing corruption with Doge and all of that stuff. You know, what happened with that? It fell apart for some reason. Him and Elon started beefing. That was weird also. You know what I mean? So I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be answered here. But I do want to show some more fraud that was uncovered in Minnesota involving one Ilhan Omar. Benny Johnson showed this today, showing how she has financial records pertaining to some winery that apparently she owns that
in Minnesota
never existed.
I just investigated Ilhan Omar's official financial disclosures, and what I found was so dark and criminal. I don't know how she gets out of this without going to jail. Have a look at this. Here's Ilhan Omar's financial disclosure from the Congressional Record, year 2023. I want to bring your attention to this company right down here, Est Crew LLC. This is a winery in Santa Rosa, California.
Oh, it's
not doing that well. The total value of the winery is listed at $15,000, and Ilhan Omar's barely making any money off of it at all. Hardly enough to pay a parking ticket. Okay, that's fine. Nothing really mysterious there. Businesses fail all the time. But go ahead and look at her filing for 2024, and you'll find that Est Crew Winery, the same company in the same location, is now worth $5 million. That's incredible, up from $15,000. And now Ilhan Omar's making enough to pay rent. So this must be one of the most successful companies ever. Let's go ahead and check in on this winery. You know, maybe we could buy some wine. I like wine. Why not? Let's see if we can buy some Est Crew Winery. Here's Est Crew's social media Facebook page. You'll see here that the last post, was in 2023.
Wow.
Was this the year that they were supposed to, go really big and make Ilhan Omar millions of dollars? Same thing on their Instagram, and they don't have an X. So let's go ahead and check their official website. What is Est Crew? We are winemakers and memory curators, okay? Est Crew Winery has a bunch of brands that's led by these people, creators of eye-catching labels. So I'm sure I can go and get some of their wine, right? Well, they don't have any activities here, so maybe I can just go to their location and buy some of their wines, or maybe give them a call. Let's try and go to their location here. Now, this is the Google Street View of Est Crew Winery, and what you'll find here is an empty parking lot. Doesn't actually look like an operational business. Certainly isn't the same name. So, okay, let's go ahead and give them a call. See if maybe they pick up. Let's go ahead and call the number on the webpage.
Go ahead and give them a call and find out. Oh no, user busy. Let's try. Okay. Well, I've done this like 20 times today.
Okay, so that didn't work. Is there any wine in this wine company? Is there anything about wine? Because I see like stuff about events, but like, what is this exactly? Aren't you supposed to sell wine at your wine company? Where are your wines? Oh, there are no wines. You want to know why? Because this is a fake company. Rep. Ilhan Omar's husband accused of swindling investors in their California winery. They stole millions from cannabis growers. You can see here's the lawsuit right here, saying that Tim Minette, who's Ilhan Omar's third husband, no relation, swindled his investors and defrauded them. How did Minette get this relationship? Well, the current Attorney General of Minnesota, Keith Ellison, used to work for him. Isn't that curious? Keith Ellison, same guy who refuses to look into any of the Somali fraud. So this company was sued for being a fraudulent company. And the New York Post says the exact same thing, as the House is now probing the mystery of Ilhan Omar's skyrocketing wealth. They said that Ilhan Omar went from being one of the poorest members of Congress, worth negative $65,000, to being one of the richest, worth $30 million. Here's a rare photo of one of their wines that they allegedly made, The Devil's Lie. But the entire company is actually a lie. It's not a lie to Ilhan Omar, though, because she's able to list an enormous amount of her income and an enormous amount of her net worth to this fake winery. This winery is not worth $5 million. The winery doesn't even exist. It's fake. It's fraudulent. They need to investigate this right now. This is...
That is
Come here to
crazy.
take over advantage of America. Come here to rip us off.
Y'all ain't even do a good job.
No,
At least the Italian mafia had real legitimate business.
This
They'll own
one-
a restaurant and they'll be a real restaurant laundering money.
This is what I'm saying. This is where the Democrats and all these officials in Minnesota and everything, this is where they dropped the ball. They didn't realize that Somalis was lazy, bro. They just gonna fraud you.
I mean, all they gotta do is look at their own country.
Right.
The Leering Center that
Right,
looked
the
like an
Leering
old
Center.
abandoned warehouse. No kids coming in and out at all. Come
Like
on.
you got a website for your wine company that the phone number don't work, that you can't order no wine. Like
Bro,
you're not
the-
even trying.
The amount of money that you made, you could hire some Somalis to buy some cheap old $5 wine and just relabel stuff and then ship them out.
Buy some
The
little
money that
piece,
you
piece
made.
of land. Buy some little piece of land and grow some couple of grape plants. You know what I mean?
This is why the next move is going to be to heavily censor social media and private citizens, because this guy did way more journalistic news investigation than the actual news
And
itself.
all from the internet.
Oh, it's simple.
Took
him half an hour.
Right.
He found out this
Right.
company's a shill.
Right.
I mean, Moneyball did a better job. I mean, not Moneyball. Boiler Room did a better job than this.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, man. It's like, this is so crazy.
That's how much they're showing us. They're taking advantage of us because
Yeah.
if she doesn't have a wine, not even a sell wine, nothing. They're just taking advantage of us.
money laundering.
If all this is true, she got caught doing the marriage
fraud, which is immigration
federal.
fraud.
That's
Yeah.
federal. This is federal.
This is federal. Yeah, this probably felony level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she needs to be locked up and boom, right back to.
It's not right.
Well, she said she's willing to go back to Somalia. She could live anywhere.
Oh, is that what
She said that. You ain't hear when she said that?
Okay.
She's going to rename
Well, she done made.
Minneapolis
Is she
to
gonna?
Somalia.
She need to give up all that money.
Yeah.
You need to take all that money.
Well,
You can't take that.
You don't
with
think she got a stash over there?
She probably.
All that millions.
She ain't
that-
going back to Somalia.
She might, bro.
She probably
and
built-
live like a queen.
Listen, she's going right off to Switzerland like all them African leaders.
Did you hear about all them suitcases of money that was going through the Minnesota airport?
Was it
Millions
right?
of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars, bro, going to Somalia from the. It was, I think it was over $700 million within a year that passed through the airport. Suitcases full of like $2 million at a time. And no one.
There's a brother named Tyrone walking around Minneapolis looking fresh to death because not all that 2 million made it.
Bro, I don't know. There's TSA agents that they interviewed that were saying like we would flag these bags and then someone would come and make a phone call, talk to a couple people, and then they would tell us to send it through.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
it's above your pay grade.
Yep. Because I mean, you're not supposed to be able to travel with that much cash.
Yeah, you're supposed to declare.
Yeah, you have to
can't.
declare.
I mean, we already knew that from all the failed OnlyFans model going over to Dubai.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
they get caught up.
50,000. You got pooped on.
Let's show one more video.
You ever heard that?
Yes.
So in Minnesota,
that is definitely a thing in Dubai. You never heard about that?
This was disgusting.
Dude, it's It's very bad. Like a lot of these Instagram models that you see taking pictures in Dubai, traveling to Dubai, they've been exposed for like not only that, like they do some of the most foul stuff. Because these guys are super, super wealthy. Like they're super oil tycoon, rich. The richest people with 500 Lamborghinis, like that level rich.
Regular sex won't do.
They want to see the most crazy. So they will fly these. They look at a girl who has like 1 million followers on Instagram, beautiful girl. And they say, all right, I'm going to fly you to Dubai, but I need you to have sex with this camel.
Yep.
It would be stuff like that. No, I'm not even joking, bro. I'm not even joking. Or it'll be like, my son is 13 and I want you to have sex with, like, it's stuff like that, bro. Like they are being paid. And like he said, they're being paid for people to take dumps on them, stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
No.
Yes.
I mean,
this is
they're
real.
Like, you mean this whole time I could be a Somali politician?
Bro, but they'll get like $100,000. They'll get like,
and they get caught in the airport because it's cash.
Yeah,
and they're getting caught because you can't just leave when you fly a foreign country. You got to declare how much cash you have.
Yeah.
Can't leave with a bag full of cash.
You can't come into the U.S. with $100,000 and not get flagged.
So they end up getting caught.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not even just it's regular Instagram girls that you would just think like take pictures in their bikinis and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's just gross.
Times of Noah.
This whole time, they could have all been politicians in Minneapolis. You're going to get pooped on.
Or open, a Leering center.
Mm-hmm.
Leering.
Let's see if I can find.
I was thinking about getting that shirt, but then
This is the real me, and this is an AI.
I'm trying to see if I can find something on this because Moen's looking at us like we just make.
No, I don't want to see.
No, they're not gonna show it, bro.
Moen's like, babe,
drooling over their
James's are out of
extravagant
control.
lifestyles. While all those
Hold
trips to Dubai, drooling over their extravagant lifestyles. While all those trips to Dubai, shopping trips, and lavish dine-outs will have us cursing the stars, the reality of this way of life will absolutely shock you. In today's video, we'll be talking about the Instagram models of Dubai, particularly ones doing prostitution. You'll find out some pretty dark stuff. What goes on exactly? We open up Instagram to see these models posing with their amazing beach bodies and going on these expensive shopping sprees and trips. You can see them wearing Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and lots of designer wear. The question that pops up is, how can they afford all of that? You would expect brand deals and advertisements, but neither of those pay enough to finance this way of life. You'll be shocked to know that these models don't pay for the trips or the clothes. They have sugar daddies lined up in their DMs who are ready to pay to fly them in. They pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to spend a night with them. From insider reports, most of this stuff goes on in the UAE and Dubai. Hotels that are meant for princes have staff that have to sign non-disclosure agreements. Doing so prevents the staff from ratting out on the private life of the Instagram models or the life of the princes, which is why you won't find a lot of people talking about it. But the truth comes out somehow. There have been reports of Instagram models being paid to sleep with underage princes. Now that's extremely shocking and disturbing, as these women do everything and anything they can to get the bag and risk their lives in the process. There have even been reports of influencers or models that have made $200,000 in cash and had to carry it back to their state. But because of their profession and inability to explain where the money even came from, they had to give it all up to customs. So everything has to be online these days to secure payments and keep anonymity in the process, like payments in Bitcoin, Ethereum, or other cryptocurrencies. Dubai acts as the main hub of these activities as the city provides just the right hotels. Additionally, Dubai's own princes can also be found partaking in these questionable arrangements. Some of these Arab princes spend more than what you would consider normal, as they spend over 200,000 euros per model for a visit. An Instagram influencer and model by the name of Lozado Gonzalez was tricked into dating and sleeping with a rich Arab man. And if things couldn't get any worse, she also had to sleep with his younger 13-year-old brother. Every Instagram model makes at least 5 visits per year to Dubai. God knows how much remains covered. An insider from the website known by the name First Man stated that every single rich guy would think of heading to Dubai if they wanted to let off some steam. Dubai is like the Vegas of the UAE, except it's much worse in comparison. There's a lot of things in Dubai that go unnoticed and are even ignored. The drugs, partying, and the occasional woo-hooing is much more common than you think among these Instagram models. One man going by the pseudonym First Man on Medium tracked their activities for over 3 months. They did all the math for you and came to the conclusion that whoever she was going with was spending an average of 20,000 euros on her every month. She traveled to LA, Marrakesh, Bali, and Amsterdam, all the while she was living in Dubai. This did not include the living costs, her daily and monthly expenses, her costs of maintenance that she spent. If we look at the brand deals that she makes, she basically should have 0 savings in the bank, which makes everything all the more interesting as that means someone's definitely paying for her. Or she's earning a lot more than we can imagine. One of these Instagram models took the bold step and came forward with her story in an interview, anonymously published on LibReddit. You'll You'll be surprised by what she had to say about what goes on behind the scenes. She kept her identity anonymous due to personal reasons and privacy concerns. She was an Instagram model that had about 800,000 followers and was able to land many gigs in LA and California due to a few managers that she worked with. She said that she got countless messages from solicitors on a daily basis. She said that she had over 10,000 unopened DMs that she had her editors and managers go through, but she opened up the important ones. When asked about how many of these stories were true, she said almost all of them were true. She said a sheik one day DM'd her, and she was surprised that he even was the real deal or not. After making some rapport and going back and forth with him, he finally got to the point with her and stated that he was a sheik that wanted to invite her over to a party that needed to end with a happy ending, if you get what we mean. She took the experience at face value and thought he was some random dude that was pranking her. But she finally FaceTimed him and was convinced. Later, she met one of her managers over in LA, and he offered her a lot of cash to make her comfortable. She then accepted his offer and went to participate in an inappropriate party. She had parties on days 2 and 3, and privately attended to the sheik in question on the 4th day. Afterwards, it was free reign for her as she was paid in millions and went on a shopping spree with the sheik's credit cards. And that's where these models pose and take their exorbitant modeling pictures showing off their glamorous lifestyles. The Instagram model made a ton of money without any problems, and went home after a happy time where she spent time with the guy she's dating. We've also heard some disgusting stories surface when it comes to Instagram influencers traveling as escorts to Dubai. We've heard stories about people defecating or urinating on Instagram models as well, which is incredibly disgusting. There are also stories about Instagram models going on cruises with the richest of the rich on yachts. These private yachts spend weeks and months offshore and act as private communities with all the luxuries that the world has to offer. Waiters, staff, and attendants on deck have talked about yacht parties that have also gone horribly wrong. An Instagram model, which will remain unnamed due to the circumstances of her death, was on a private yacht of some influential billionaire figure, which was not mentioned in the article. She was going to die of a drug overdose, and there was nothing that the passengers on deck could do about it. She called before it happened to talk to her family, and died 2 hours later. There's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes that are not worth mentioning at all. Taking things a bit too far. When a sheik pays $30,000 to a model for her services, he can basically ask her to do anything to satisfy his fetishes. Shockingly, some of these fetishes will leave you cringing. A few years ago, a website by the name of Tag the Sponsor shed light on these Instagram models. Pictures of these girls doing the most obscene stuff came to the surface. There were instances of rich Dubais pooping on these girls for pleasure. Another outrageous one was where a sheik had one model satisfy his camel. There's also one where another prince had an influencer place a live salmon where the sun doesn't shine. Of course, the girls are fairly compensated for their services. And that's all that we could fit into today's video.
You see what I'm saying?
Bro.
That's disgusting.
You see what I'm saying, bro? Like you have no idea the type of things that exist in this world that people will do for money.
Wow.
And a lot of times it's these girls on Instagram that, look like they're living these amazing lifestyles. Like,
but they're doing stuff for it.
Yep.
Right.
That's gross,
Yep.
man.
Yep. We did not exaggerate at all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
y'all did it.
And there's a version of that happening here in DC. Another man did one, not quite like this, but about all the politicians and all the boys.
Yeah.
All the young men that they bring back to their place.
Jordan said, more like doo-doo bye.
Oh, Jordan got jokes over there.
Oh, Jordan is the king of the
Jordan
dad
always got
jokes.
jokes.
He's the king of the dad jokes.
Doo-doo bye.
Yeah. Doo-doo bye, man.
It's crazy. It
Yeah.
is crazy.
That is wild.
People don't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and when you look at those women, you would think, oh, they would never. Like they look
they're physically attractive,
and they
but
look
rotten
classy.
inside. Yeah.
Nah, them women don't care. It's all about the money. Yeah. It's all about the money. And these dudes have the type of money that they could buy whatever they want. Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of money, I want to show one more clip before we get out of here. It's Trump going in on about how much more fraud there is than we think in Minnesota.
So in Minnesota, they think it's $19 billion. If they think it's $19 billion, triple it or quadruple it. And if we catch a lot of this fraud, and I felt it for a long time, but now we know what's happening. And the answer is, yeah, there will be accountability. It's one of the little problems. I happen to think, and I've said it from the beginning, that a lot of what's going on with respect to Minneapolis, with what's happening with all the hoopla, is so people don't talk about.
You think
the
it's
fraud.
a distraction?
I've said it from day one.
This is
It's a
what we were just
distraction
talking
because
about.
what you don't see is that we have hundreds of accountants.
Which is why he shouldn't cut no deals.
Todd and from all of the different people. We have hundreds of accountants going over everything that's happening, and we're finding fraud on top of fraud on top of fraud. And I think that they don't want that to happen. You're talking about $19 billion. Probably that's a minimal number. Now, you take that and you go to California. You think California is better? I would say California is worse. It's totally out of control. They don't know what they're doing out there.
Yeah, so like you said, we'll see we don't know what this deal entails.
We don't know.
We don't know what this deal entails. I'm hoping, you know, like he gave that ultimatum, like in order for them to even get any, you know, leeway from Trump, they have to first meet these demands, which is, first of all, you got to let ICE do their job. That's what he's telling them.
Yeah.
Let ICE do their job. And you have to cooperate. Because that would stop all of the protests. Like, you can't, you know. And I did see a clip of actual law enforcement. I don't know if it's because of the deal that they made, but they actually shut down a protest. Like the police officers. They were protesting outside of one of the hotels, and the local police came and shut down the protest and arrested everybody.
Because you're inciting people, and then there's copycats.
Right, but this had not been happening. The police were not engaged. They were told not to stand down. So now I think after all this, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. A lot of the police, I think, want to do their job too.
Yeah, I think so too. But, you know, Trump said exactly what we said. Like, he thinks this is a distraction because they're uncovering all this fraud.
Get all the... He's talked about California. Get California, man.
Get California, get D.C., Chicago.
Is over there just talking smack, bro.
Bro, did you see him in Davos?
Yes.
Yo, that's treason to me.
Yeah.
You going to a foreign... In front of foreign dignitaries of other countries, crapping on our country, telling them not to listen to our president.
Yeah.
Talking about I'm selling Trump knee pads for everybody here who wants to, you know.
And then they ask you what they asked him, like, what do you think that they're doing, and what can they do? Well, you guys got to figure it out.
Yeah, you figure that out.
That's like, it's like that yeah, it reminded me of what's that movie with Steve Carell, where he's like the 40-year-old virgin just asked the question back, you know, and make it sound like you know something
when they were talking about
and so smug about it too. That dude,
I just don't. But I like the fact that they stopped him from giving his speech. You know, they clowned him. They clowned him because he was talking great. He was supposed to give a speech, and they shut him down.
Oh, I thought he didn't want to do it.
No. They shut him down. They said, "No, you're not speaking no more," because he was out there. He's trying to make America look bad in front of, you know,
and he's trying to run. So he's trying.
I think it's good. He's making himself look real terrible.
Yeah, but when you look at, like, the leaders were actually praising Trump.
Yeah.
When you looked at the Davos meeting and then the deal that he reached with Greenland and Denmark, everybody was happy about that.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, man. But yeah, Gavin Newsom, I thought that was like really, that should be considered treason. Yeah. Like, you are literally going against your nation in a forum for all of the nations to come. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all right, you mess around.
Yep.
You're gonna mess around. California's next.
Yeah.
You know, all that fraud, the speedway that was supposed to be built, you know, they spent all, you know,
the the train tracks,
the homeless
fraud.
That's not, you know,
the charging stations after they made everybody go to electric vehicles that were supposed to be built, then nothing got built.
Yep. Where's all that money?
How about the fire department?
Yep.
When those fires happened and they ain't have no water.
They got no water. You want to save fish, but you know, you can't, you know, replenish the reservoir.
Yeah. I guarantee you they're going to uncover a lot over there too. And that's why this is why you see them panicking. This the moves that they're making with all of these protests, all of this, like, yo, that signal chat is crazy.
That's probably the craziest thing that
like how coordinated they are. Like, this is literally
it's
like
insurgency.
Like an insurgency faction trying to undermine our government and trying to like
wait until they do an audit on them and find out how much they paid for Xi Jinping's visit. Like, what?
Right.
$40 billion?
It's a resistance, man. You know, they're getting inside intel.
Yeah. Did you see the clip of the lady that blew her hand off because she tried to throw a flashbang back at the police?
No, I didn't see that.
The feds.
Gotta move quicker than that.
Yeah.
Too slow.
Hold on, flashbang.
Yeah, Gavin Newsom, man, that dude. Do y'all forget that, you know, this guy, when you guys were locked down?
Isn't he Nancy Pelosi's nephew?
He is.
So.
He is.
He is.
Yeah, he comes from that elite family. Here you go, right here. This lady tried to pick up a flashbang and throw it back at the cops, and it went off in her hand.
Medic. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, her hand is mangled. But you hear them screaming for medics. You hear them like they have organized people that are there if they need medical attention. Like there's people there filming. There's people there.
Organized.
None of them were ready for that. None of the medics were ready for that.
Bro, they attended to her.
They're organized.
Wait, go back again.
You want to see it again?
I didn't see it.
They didn't show. You don't see. This is the aftermath.
Oh.
You don't see the bang. You just see her running away in panic.
I did see the meme though. That now I remember visually they showed the meme showing that she's falling. This is Trump's America, but there's a person that shows the other side that this is what happens when you mess around.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. That should be news. It should be like the two sides.
Yeah.
Playing. This is Trump's America, and this is what actually happened.
Right.
You decide.
What does that say?
Like a cutaway clip.
Look, ice out on the vehicle. So this is after it happened. Someone started filming, and you see her running away in panic, and then she just kind of like throws her mask off and throws herself on the ground.
Oh my god.
And her hand is all mangled.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I can't watch stuff like that.
I mean, it's crazy, but this is what they're doing. This is what, and they have all these people are organized. They have medics out there. They have press out there. And they're checking credentials. If you show up, we showed the clip where they were like, "Who are you with? Why are you here?" They're checking people. Show me your ID. Like they're out. Did you see they set up another autonomous zone?
Yep.
With barricades and everything. Yeah. The only time they believe in borders.
Yep, that's the only time.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how long this one lasts.
Yeah.
Obviously, these people are paid. Who has time? Hey, what are you doing Tuesday? I'm taking off work. I'm going to a ride.
Right.
Okay, get out of here.
That's what I think all the time too. Now I know that it's they're being paid.
You don't think if
good money?
You don't think that dude Pretti, once he got fired from his ICU gig, was like, I'm going to go full in on this protester stuff? You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of these people are radicalized.
That's true.
But they'll take the money to go voice their opinion and but I think they are crazy radicals. Like I think they have been, totally.
And once you get into that web, I feel like, people you hang out with.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
People you hang out with, they influence you, and it just gets crazy.
Yeah,
and
they're groomers. I don't know the term, but I'll just use groomers. Who, if they see that you're speaking a certain way on social media, they probably reach out to you. Mm-hmm. It's like, hey, I saw you saying this. We have a meeting, and then they bring you down and vet you and see how serious you are. And
we showed the one state rep. That's what he was doing. Mm-hmm. He was finding people on social media, inviting them out.
Yeah. I mean. I always think about it this way. You remember during like the late 90s, early 2000s when everybody wanted to be a star?
Yeah.
Everyone would be a model. Everyone would be a rapper, a singer.
Yep.
There were all these talent
agencies,
scouts coming around. Yeah. Hey, I like your look.
Mall. Yeah.
You see them all the time. And everybody was like, you think so? Right. And they all,
Yeah.
So that is basically, it left the mall and certain areas. And that version of it is on social media. Trying to see, are you rabble rousing? Are you posting a certain way? They reach out to you.
My friends try to make me go to that stuff. I remember back in the day.
Yeah.
All that was trying to get money.
Oh, it was a scam.
Your headshots, $1,500.
It was a scam. Oh yeah, it was like, oh yeah, we see the potential in you. All you got to do, you're going to need some professional comp cards and some headshots. We can provide all that for you. It's we can do payment plans, $1,500. This is actually a deal because we believe in we see what you're doing and we believe in that. So we can. I was like, I told them, I said, this is a scam.
Yep.
No, man, no.
Liz and I went with Tamika.
Yeah. Yeah, they got everybody to go.
Yeah. Bring your friends.
Yep. the guy who we showed that ran on he's gonna kill Donald Trump. This was his tweet right after Charlie Kirk died. By the way, yeah. So
that's the type of guy.
Somebody, this was funny. I saw this too. They said, you know how they photoshopped Alex Pretti to make him look more handsome. They said this is going to be the Netflix documentary. As you know how Netflix turns everybody America's doctor. I mean, it's sad that the dude died, but it's like we gotta stop. We gotta stop this, man. We gotta stop this.
They never talk about accountability, man.
Yeah,
they never do.
They don't want to talk about that. All right, guys, let's wrap it up. Let's get on out of here. Appreciate everybody for watching. Jordan, man, thank you for chiming in, man.
And I had no idea you were so heavy into dad jokes. I like it.
Man,
Yo,
he's
you need to spend some time around Jordan.
No,
Jordan,
we can't morph.
Jordan is not like, bro,
he's nonstop.
Nonstop. And he finds the dad joke in everything you say. Like,
I can't morph with. No one will ever invite us.
Yeah.
I can't take James' little bit of dad jokes and morph.
His saying is quantity over quality.
Yeah, he always said, because you know there are a lot of them are bad, and he says it's quantity over quality.
I love dad jokes.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan.
Well, you're gonna have to do it from there, Jamie.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button, share this video with your friends before you get out of here. Let them know that we do this every Tuesday night, and we really need y'all support. So if you want to support what we do here, go on over to our website, and you can hit the Patreon, become a member. Link is in the description over there, and support what we do. And also hit the Cash App if you want to donate. And we have merch available in our merch store, and the link is in the description as well. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. We love everybody. Peace.
Young lion, everywhere I look, they're dying. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Young lion, everywhere I look, they're dying. Everywhere I look, they're dying. Young lion, won't you get up and start fighting? Everywhere I look, they're hiding. Young lion.
Dad joke teller.
Bye, guys. Love you guys.